Ashes cameo, with Australia considering adding batting aggression to their squad in response to England and their all-out pace attack strategy, which they rolled out in Perth. At some stage this week, selectors will name their squad for the second test at the Gabba. That kicks off in just 7 days' time, and Marsh will be part of their plans for the pointy end of the series, regardless of whether he's chosen to join the rest of the group in Brisbane. And while we're talking cricket, England has arrived in Brisbane, and we're told that they're off to Noosa for a bit of a break ahead of the next test, which I find interesting. I'm not too sure that they deserve a break this early on in the series, especially considering the result in the first test when they suffered such a convincing loss, but each their own. England off to Noosa for a bit of a holiday.
The On This Day quiz, Spiro. Here's the hint. Sydney got a new addition.
'Cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give you my heart.
Any idea what the new addition in Sydney is?
The first thing that came to mind, Ben, when I heard the clue and the song was a sky and Sydney. And what I thought of was the Sydney Tower. The sky, rising high into the sky. It's the tallest building. It isn't the tallest building in Sydney, but it is very tall. So I thought maybe it was the day that the Sydney Tower opened.
Cameron, you were first in with the correct answer. For that, you get $100 from On Deck, the small business loan specialist, and the answer is coming up on this day. Get ready. Here's your 6 o'clock news.
Got a smart speaker? Then ask it to play 2GB. Sydney's 2GB 873.
It's 6 o'clock. Good morning. I'm Katie Fuller. Tens of thousands of residents remain without power after a freak storm hit much of the state. Damaging winds brought down trees, knocking them onto power lines and cars, and even killing one man on the Central Coast. Commuters are being told to expect a normal run into the city this morning. Sydney Trains Head of Rail Operations Jazz Tumba says teams have worked through the night to restore power and remove fallen trees.
For the suburban and intercity services, we're back to normal timetable this morning, and I do want to thank the teams for their efforts yesterday afternoon and overnight in challenging circumstances.
At least 36 people have been killed as fire engulfs 7 high-rise apartment buildings in Hong Kong. More than 800 firefighters have spent hours tackling the blaze. One has died. 279 people are unaccounted for. Firefighters say they're struggling to get to those on higher floors. Australians taking weight loss drugs have lodged hundreds of reports of pancreatitis. Gabrielle Hodson explains.
The Therapeutic Goods Administration has been notified of 151 cases of pancreatitis in people taking the weight loss drug Ozempic. 22 contracted acute pancreatitis and 8 the necrotizing version of the illness where part of the pancreas dies. The TGA has been told of the death of 5 people using injectables who had pancreatitis-related issues. Symptoms of the illness include upper abdominal pain radiating to the back, nausea, vomiting, fever and eventually organ failure. Gabrielle Hodson, 9 News.
New figures show the City of Sydney forked out nearly $20 million on the installation of mobile planter boxes in the CBD. The contract is one of the most expensive entered by a New South Wales council in the last financial year. Concern about the cost of living is rising sharply among teenagers. Mission Australia has surveyed 17,000 people aged between 14 and 17, finding living costs is the most pressing national issue for the second year in a row. That's followed by mental health, climate change and housing. Chief Executive Sharon Callister says the numbers are going in the wrong direction.
With the proportion of young people nominating housing and homelessness as an issue of national concern doubling since 2022.
And applications are now open for a police cadetship program for Year 10 school leavers and young adults aimed at addressing recruitment challenges. In finance, the Dow Jones is up 374 points, the Nasdaq up 197. One Aussie dollar is buying 65.16 US cents.
Finance. Zeal Digital helps small business owners get found online. More clicks, more calls, more customers. Digital marketing made simple.
Embattled Test veteran Usman Khawaja has received strong backing from the man who could eventually take his place in the Australian Test team. Informed Queensland opener Matt Renshaw saying why selectors should stick with Khawaja for the second test despite his modest form.
Because he's got an average over 40 in Test cricket. He's played 85 games. He's one of our best batters. I just think, he's one of the best cricketers Australia's ever produced.
India has slumped to a 2-0 series loss at home to South Africa, thrashed by a record 408 runs in their second test. The Australian PGA Championship will tee off at Brisbane's Royal Queensland in an hour's time. Minwoo Lee, Cameron Smith and Marco Penge are the first group off the back nine. And Aussie tennis player Alexi Popyrin's looking to embrace the globe-trotting lifestyle of being a tour player after the toughest year of his career. That's sport. I'm Mike Pearsall.
That's news and sport.
Sport. Get solar and battery with no big upfront cost from Zalora, backed by Bunnings. T's and C's apply. See zalora.com.au for details.
The BMW Black Friday sale event has been extended. Don't miss this opportunity to get behind the wheel with savings equal to the GST across selected new BMW models in stock. Experience performance, innovation and luxury with a range of vehicles ready for immediate delivery. Don't miss the BMW Black Friday sale event. This exceptional offer must end Sunday, November 30. Visit your nearest participating BMW dealer today. Terms and conditions apply.
Traffic. For over a century, Citizen has commanded time. Give the gift of uncompromising precision this Christmas. Watches everyone can love.
Ingleburn to Moorebank, we got slow traffic on the Hume Motorway and M5 Citybound. The M7 slowing northbound through Hoxton Park past Cowpasture Road, and also from Dean Park into Quakers Hill and through Borkham Hills. Heavy traffic from near Seven Hills Road onto the M2 for the M7. M4 under speed from Orchard Hills all the way to Greystanes. At Blacktown, there's fallen wires on Richmond Road near the showground. It remains closed from Balmoral Street westbound. Strathfield Centenary Drive crawling northbound. Those delays start at the Hume Highway. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
What a tournament it's been so far.
You've been up since 3am watching the golf, and it's getting to the pointy end.
That's an unbelievable drive.
Luckily, you also reached for the driver, and now you're watching the final 3 holes as you putt through peak hour on the way to the office.
Oh, what an approach!
There are so many things you can do in the back of an Uber that you can't do if you're driving.
Come on! Get in the hole!
Uber. Can't do that if you're driving.
With NRMA Insurance, you could enjoy our multi-policy discount when you take out 2 or more eligible policies. NRMA Insurance, a help company. Discount applies in tiers based on the number of eligible policies. Maximum tier reached at 9 eligible policies. Visit nrma.com.au/customer-discounts for more info. Discount may be subject to minimum premiums. Always read the PDS. PDS and TMDs available from NRMA Insurance at nrma.com.au.
2GB weather. Rain, hail or shine, we'll be here to help when unexpected weather comes your way. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Sunny, light winds becoming southwesterly, 20 to 30 kilometres an hour. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 in the west. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow and Saturday. Right now in the city, it's 19 degrees, humidity 90%, 20 at Terry Hills, 17 at Bankstown, 16 in Penrith and Gosford, 12 at Campbelltown. I'm Katie Fuller. There'll be more news at 6:30 on your news leader, Sydney's 2GB.
People you know. Opinions that matter. News you can trust. This is Breakfast with Ben Fordham on Sydney's 2GB.
Thank you very much for being with us. 131873, the open line number. We told you yesterday about the world's strongest woman competition being rocked by scandal. An American competitor has now been stripped of the title because they were born male. It was the strongest woman competition. Harley gave us the details yesterday. Well, there's now been an update on that. Harley's got a few other things to tell us about from the US, but I'll give you the update a little later on. But the update is that the winner, who was crowned, has now been stripped of their title because they were not born female. And it's called World's Strongest Woman. There are a lot of people without power. Greg says, I live in Ermington. We've had no power since 2 p.m. yesterday. Haven't heard much from Endeavour Energy. Nicholas says power's still out in Oakville. Any guidance is appreciated. We're chasing answers, Nicholas. Giovanni says we live on the Central Coast. We've got no power. We're fortunate to have a generator running to keep our fridges on, but we don't have any way of using our mobiles as the towers aren't working. The whole region has no way of contacting anybody, which is dangerous. We all have SOS on our phones. Can you please help us? Giovanni, we'll get in touch with Giovanni if we can, or are we able to because his mobile phone is not working? We'll see. And Peter says it's early in the morning. I'm sitting awake next to my wife to make sure she's okay as she requires a CPAP machine to sleep. And it's been over 12 hours since we lost power. I also need a fridge to keep my needles refrigerated, to keep my medical problems treated. Endeavour Energy contacted us to say one of the reasons they couldn't supply power to us is because yesterday was a total fire ban. Sorry, I don't understand what it's got to do with returning power supply. They've told us it may not be returned until 8 p.m. today. We're chasing answers right now from all of the energy companies.
This is Ben Fordham Live with Sydney's best breakfast on 2GB 873.
It's 6:10 and it's time to see what Red Energy has to offer your business, redenergy.com.au. And on the energy front in the last 24 hours, New South Wales received 4% of its power from gas, 6% from hydro, 14% from solar, 14% from wind, and on top of the list, 62% coming from coal. We've been contacted by the Australian Christian Lobby. They've written to us about Lane Cove Council and its decision to spend ratepayers' funds on drag queens. The council has proposed offering $5,000 to hospitality venues if they bring in drag performers. The funding will be available during Pride Month next year, but the Australian Christian Lobby says it cannot happen. Joshua Rowe is the New South Wales Director of the Australian Christian Lobby. Joshua, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ben, and to everyone listening.
We raised this a few months ago and we asked the question, in a cost of living crisis, why would you be spending ratepayers' money on drag queens?
That's such an important question, Ben, and our concern in this is families and children. I mean, families they're working hard. There's a cost of living crisis. They're under pressures at the moment with utilities, mortgages. It's hard to put food on the table. And with rates increasing by about 5 to 10%, in some LGAs more across Sydney, they're under a lot of strain at this point. So why is money going towards a political performance like this, bringing sexually explicit adult entertainers into places frequented by families, hospitality venues, when it should be going towards public priorities, things like maintaining roads, taking care of local sporting facilities, ensuring that public amenities are taken care of. This is where the hard-earned should be going of Sydney-siders. Money from their back pocket should not be going towards political performances.
Are you hearing any feedback from on the ground in Lane Cove about this, how the locals feel about it?
I absolutely am. I have been talking with people from the Lane Cove community all this week. We have a volunteer leader, someone who coordinates activities for our grassroots campaigns in Lane Cove. He's been hearing from families who are concerned about this, who are strained, their budgets are strained, and they don't want their money going towards bringing in drag queen performers into the community. They want it to be going towards other things, or they'd rather it in their back pocket in a cost of living crisis. So we're certainly hearing concern from people on the ground, and that's especially coming from families who are strained at this time during cost of living pressures.
I'm told there's a consultation process. The deadline to make a submission is 12 p.m. today. So what do you want to say to anyone who's thinking of making a submission?
Look, what I want to say is it's very important that we have the courage to speak up on this. We don't need to normalise having drag queen entertainers in our family spaces. There's an opportunity to speak up here and to call the council to account for this, to say we want our money spent on the basic priorities of public and community services, and we don't want this spent on bringing in sexualised adult entertainers into the community. So I would say go and if you're from the Lane Cove Council area, go and fill out that consultation, express your concern. And if you're from more broadly in Sydney, you can still find the email addresses of councillors for the Lane Cove Council on their website. Please take the time to go and write in an email, express your concern as someone who is a parent or someone who's struggling with the cost of living pressures and understands just how important it is that we speak up on this. Please go and do that today before 12 o'clock. It will make a really big difference.
Okay, to make a submission, you can search Have Your Say Lane Cove. We appreciate you getting in touch. Thank you very much.
My pleasure, Ben. Thank you very much.
Joshua Rowe, New South Wales Director of the Australian Christian Lobby.
This is Ben Fordham Live with Sydney's best breakfast on 2GB 873.
Christmas music. When do we start playing the Christmas music? Steve's on the line right now with some advice for me. Hello, Steve.
Hello, Ben. Happy birthday for Saturday.
Oh, thank you very much, Steve. Good man. What's going on?
Okay, Christmas music. You can play as much as you like, but I hate to be the Christmas Grinch. Please, I beg you, no Mariah Carey. Otherwise, I'll end up changing the station, and I don't want your radio ratings to drop.
No. Well, we should have maybe a swear jar around here because, look, it is an easy one to go to, the Mariah Carey song, because it's such a big hit. But maybe the host should all sign up to say, if you play it, you put $100 into the jar for charity or something like that.
That's correct, yep. Can all go to the Starlight Foundation.
You don't like that song at all?
No. Well, how about you can play Kevin Bloody Wilson's got a good Christmas song, but unfortunately, with all the beeping that you'll have to put in, you'll hear more beeps in a reversing truck.
Love your work. What are you doing right now?
Driving a truck back from Melbourne to Sydney.
Oh, good man. I appreciate you calling in, and you have a Merry Christmas. I'm getting in early.
Thank you.
Good on you, Steve.
Cheers, Ben.
Thank you very much, mate. And this is for you. No. I'm not going to do that to you, Steve. Not yet, anyway.
2GB Sydney traffic. Bob Jane T-Marts won't be beaten with their best tyre price guarantee. Bob Jane T-Marts, they'll look after you.
Hume Highway at Yaguna, a two-car crash at Citybound near Cooper Road. To Rudy Hill, we've got traffic lights out on Woodstock Avenue at Rudy Hill Road North. The M4 in heavy traffic Citybound from Collerton through Eastern Creek and Prospect coming into Greystanes. Delays on the M7 through Prestons, northbound from the Benira Road on-ramp as you come up towards Carpasture Road. And the Hume Motorway through Ingleburn, heavy traffic into Moorebank for the M5 Citybound. Also seeing delays northbound on the Hume Highway through Casula up past the M5. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's traffic leader, 2GB.
You're listening to Ben Fordham Live thanks to Chemist Warehouse Black Friday sale on now. Get an extra 10% off store-wide on your favourite brands. 4 days only, excludes prescriptions. Other exclusions apply. In-store or online at Chemist Warehouse.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
From Cairns to Karratha, Alice Springs to the ACT, you can rely on Red Spot to provide the perfect ride for your next holiday. You'll find us in airports and cities all over Australia with a modern fleet and 100% local Australian service. Wherever you're travelling, you can rely on Red Spot, where lower prices and real savings come standard. redspot.com.au 1300 668810.
Red Spot.
9 News is your news. Join the 9 News team for the stories that matter. Made in Sydney, for Sydney. For the full day's wrap-up, 9 News, nightly at 6.
We'll be watching Peter Overton tonight at 6, as we always do. Morning, Pete. Your products are Australian-made. Now is the perfect time to make sure your customers know all about it, because 90% of Aussies are more likely to buy something if they know it's made here. By displaying the Aussie-made green and gold kangaroo, you are communicating that your products are made to the highest standards in Australia. It's the easiest, most effective way to stand out from the crowd and to build trust and boost sales. With every purchase your customers make, they know they're supporting local workers and manufacturers. So let the green and gold kangaroo do the hard work for you. Use the logo that shoppers trust. Find out more, australianmade.com.au/apply. Look out for that green and gold kangaroo.
This is it. Sydney RV Supercenter's closing down sale is in its final days. Massive discounts on all caravans, camper vans and motorhomes. Save up to $8,000 off new and used models. Windsor, Corrimal, Winnebago, Adria, Essential, New Age. All the best brands ready to go. This sale must end November 29th or while stock lasts. Terms and conditions apply. Once these RVs are gone, they're gone for good. Hurry in before it ends. Visit Sydney RV Supercentre at Penrith today.
If you want Black Friday savings, we've got them at Hughes Menswear. Up to 80% off famous name brands in all sizes from small to 17XL. Savile Row, Cambridge, Nordica and many more. Hurry in to see us. Upper level, Basil Plaza.
Paddy's Haymarket is well known for their fresh fruit and vegetables. But did you know Paddy's is home to fresh seafood, poultry, deli goods, meats, plus freshly roasted nuts and more? And discover all your Paddy's Market's favourites, including great value fashion and accessories, jewellery, costumes, luggage, toys, gifts and souvenirs. Paddy's Haymarket open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. every Wednesday through Sunday. Visit paddysmarkets.com.au.
Ben Fordham Live. Find out why Red Energy is CanStar Blue's most awarded energy provider. Give their Aussie-based team a call on 131 806.
You're listening to Ben Fordham on 2GB. Before we go to Harley Carnes in America, let's talk to Todd here in Australia. Todd, you used to work for Endeavour Energy. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ben. Yes, I did a long time ago. And when essential works had to happen, like these emergencies, we would get dispensation in total fire ban days to be able to perform hot works. Simple matter of having a fire extinguisher and maybe some hoses or a bucket of water at the ready. And I don't know why they're saying they can't do these works because of the total fire ban, mate.
Right, so when Peter was told, look, we can't get the power back on because of the fire ban, you say that you used to be able to work around that.
Absolutely, mate. And they told me, I live in Rooty Hill, and they told me I wouldn't have power till 11 o'clock tonight because of that. And I told them, that's a crock, mate. I used to work there, and you can get dispensation.
So you're not getting power back until tonight?
Yeah, 11 p.m. they told us, and it's been off since 2 p.m. yesterday.
You're a good man for letting us know, Todd. Endeavour Energy, we're trying to call you.
You're listening to Sydney's Best Breakfast. Ben Fordham Live. And now, the US Report.
An acclaimed American author has revealed something. Thomas King mainly writes about his Native American heritage. After 40 years of publishing, he's revealed he has no Indigenous ancestry. Harley Carnes has got the details. Good morning, Harley.
Yes, good morning, Ben. He had no idea. He said, the 40 years that he spent was real to him. He was talking about the lives of the Cherokee. He always thought that was his lineage. And then he'd heard about some of the people in his family were saying, yo, Tom, that's not true, buddy. We don't have any Indians in the history. He said, but my mom said that my father was part Cherokee. He left when he was 3 years old, so he couldn't very well ask him. And so because he was curious, he sent his DNA to be tested by American Indians. It's an organization that looks out for people who wrongly claim to be Indians, and they sent back the information to him and said, look, there's none there. We ran your father's history, we ran your mother's history, and there's no Cherokee there. He said, I feel as though I've been ripped in half, a one-legged man and a two-legged story. Not the Indian I had in mind, not an Indian at all. He's also not apologizing. He said he had no idea. His feeling and his connection to the people felt real. His dedication was real. So he's just not going to apologize because it wasn't as though he did it on purpose in order to fool people.
Well, I think the fact that he's come out and shared the news, Harley, is a sign that he's genuine. And look, we've had cases here in Australia very similar. A bloke who says he's Indigenous, who wrote an award-winning book, and then we found out later on that he's not Indigenous at all. At least in the case of Thomas King, he's been honest about his new discovery. Now, you called this very early on when the Aussie Robert Irwin turned up on Dancing with the Stars. You said he might win this thing, and now...
The winners and new champions of Dancing with the Stars are Robert and Whitney!
He did it, Harley Carnes.
Yes, he did. I'll tell you, he and Whitney Carson, she's a professional dancer between the two, they were an electrifying duo. You would never have believed that Bob Irwin didn't know how to dance a lick before he started. And when decided he wanted to do this show. And then he started dancing a lot, getting ready. But still, I mean, quite an athlete. Bindi, his sister, won it 10 years ago, so he feels pretty good about that, of course. Now, here's the thing. When it came down to it, he and Whitney were actually 1 point behind in the judges' scorecards. 1 point. And then they in the last thing they pulled even, and so they said, well, we're going to have this decided by the fans. Well, no contest. When they put it out there to the fans, and no less than Russell Crowe urged people to vote for him, he and Whitney got 72 million votes, the most ever, by like double. It was amazing. So yeah, he won. He wins, but he wins thanks to his millions of fans. more than anything else. I mean, because there was some stiff competition, but they were spectacular. So much fun to watch.
Yeah, well, we're very proud of him, and it's good to know that Americans still have a soft spot for us Aussies. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot. Bye, Ben.
Harley on the line from the US, and he did pick it very early on, saying he might just win this thing. And please tell me that Tourism Australia is signing up Robert Irwin immediately.
2GB Sydney traffic, thanks to Red Spot. Travelling for business? Skip the rental queues with Red Spot Show and Go. redspot.com.au.
At Yaguna, a two-car crash on the Hume Highway at Cooper Road. Two city-bound lanes are closed. At Homebush, broken down van on Parramatta Road, that's city-bound past Park Road. Heavy delays the Hume motorway through Ingleburn onto the M5 in towards Liverpool, with the M7 crawling through Hoxton Park, also through Quakers Hill and through Borkham Hills. The M4 slow-moving from Collerton through to Greystanes. There's a truck and car crash with the car sideways heading east in the Cross City Tunnel and also in the M8 tunnel. We had a broken down truck that's just been cleared. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
New cars, demos and near new. Quality used cars. Great trade-in prices on all makes and models. Wow, they really do have it all at Car City. Up to 2,000 cars on site and even more online. Plus easy off-street parking. Finance available. Even a cafe. For new wheels, you know where to go. 591 Carlisle Avenue, Minchinbury.
Don't just get any old mattress and cross your fingers. There's only one award-winning Sleeping Duck mattress that Australia loves and comes with a system to get the comfort perfect for you in your very own home. Get it perfect at sleepingduck.com.
Mum, are we there yet?
Yep, look, there it is. The Fullerton Hotel, Sydney.
Wow, is that big clock building the General Post Office? The one that Nan and Pop used to work at?
That's the one. They'd tell me all sorts of stories about it when I was your age.
So they met inside there? Can we see where they worked?
Of course we can. Imagine all the wonderful stories those walls could tell.
Create your own unforgettable stories. Book your family stay today at fullertonhotels.com. The perfect blend of heritage and modern luxury.
Always hungry no matter how much you eat? Do you keep reaching for the snacks and feeling guilty about it? Introducing Caruso's Berberine Craveless. Caruso's Berberine Craveless suppresses hunger and reduces appetite. It also helps you control food cravings. So if you're tired of overeating and feeling guilty about it, try Caruso's new Berberine Craveless today. Now available at leading pharmacies and health stores. Always read the label and follow the directions for use. Use in conjunction with a healthy diet and exercise.
You're listening to Ben Fordham Live for Dental Boutique, home to general and cosmetic dentistry, Sydney CBD and Chatswood. Book online at dentalboutique.com.au.
131873, the open line number. We're receiving word from Jason Morrison that the King's School in Parramatta is closed today. School is cancelled today due to the storms and power outages. And a message says, due to a power outage caused by the storm, electricity at the Parramatta campus will not be restored until 8 p.m. on Thursday, the 27th of November. As a result, the prep and senior school will be closed on Thursday. Supervision will be available in houses for boys whose families cannot make other arrangements. And our boarders are being supported on campus throughout the outage. For assistance, please contact your housemaster by email or mobile. So, school is cancelled at King's in Parramatta. Let me go to Simon Canning from Endeavour Energy. Simon, why so long in getting the power back on?
It's very challenging, Ben. I fully understand, and our crews have been out all night trying to make the network safe. Unfortunately, one of the big challenges with this, Ben, is the fact that due to the total fire ban restrictions that are across Sydney and large parts of New South Wales, our automatic protection systems have had to be switched off to limit the risk of the network starting bushfires. And so what that means is our crews are actually having to do it the old-fashioned way, literally going from pole to pole to check where the outages are and make things safe. Normally, the automatic systems would identify where the outage was and reroute the power around the outage to keep other customers in place. Unfortunately, we have about 32,000 customers across Western Sydney who are out. That includes Blacktown, Doonside, Rooty Hill, Oxley Park, and we're working as fast and as hard as we can to make the system safe and to get our people back on energy as soon as we can. But right now, we don't have a timetable, and a large part of that is because of the fire bans.
Okay, look, we've got the news approaching at 6:30. Can we get you on the line line a little later on this morning for another update?
Yes, certainly, Ben, and we'll endeavour to get as much information for our customers and your listeners as we possibly can.
Good on you, Simon Canning from Endeavour Energy.
Just a little bit of history repeating.
And now on Ben Fordham Live, on this day, got a gurgle? Get the Drain Man. He's the local expert who only clears and relines drains.
Today is the 27th of November. It was on this day in 2014 we lost the Australian cricketer Phil Hughes. 2 days earlier, the 25-year-old was fatally struck by a cricket ball at the SCG. He was placed into an induced coma but never regained consciousness. We're thinking of his family today. In 1991, Freddie Mercury was laid to rest.
Love of my life, can't you see?
40 people attended the private funeral in London. The rock legend passed away 3 days earlier at the age of 45. In 1997, the Star Casino officially opened in Sydney.
I now declare it open.
And on this day in 1989, who was on top of the charts? Is having a birthday today. No, she's not. But she was on the top of the music charts on this day, so it would have felt like a birthday. It all happened on this day, the 27th of November. Keep us informed about power outages, and we are chasing more information through Endeavour Energy and also through Ausgrid. It's 6:30.
One night, 2 deaths. Alba Beach, death at the door. New 60 Minutes podcast out now. Sydney's 2GB 873.
It's 6:30. Good morning. I'm Katie Fuller. At least 36 people have died and nearly 300 are still missing after a fire engulfed several high-rise apartment buildings in Hong Kong. Foreign correspondent Mimi Becker.
7 of the 8 high-rise apartment towers are still ablaze as a fire rages out of control in Tai Po, Hong Kong. The 31-storey buildings are home to around 4,000 residents, many believed to be elderly. Hundreds of residents have evacuated to makeshift shelters as authorities say hundreds more are unaccounted for and it's currently too dangerous to access the building and search. The blaze broke out at 3 p.m. local time and quickly spread across the residential complex through bamboo scaffolding. One firefighter is among the dead, while several residents are injured. The building had been undergoing a major renovation and the blaze is expected to burn for days. Mimi Becker, 9 News.
More than 50,000 households and businesses are without power after severe storms brought down power lines and ripped roofs from homes. Classes have even been cancelled for students at the King's School in Parramatta due to outages. Storm activity has eased, but there's elevated fire danger across the state. A total fire ban is in place for Greater Sydney, the Hunter, Northwest and Central Ranges. RFS spokesman Greg Allen says people in those areas should have a fire plan.
Have that discussion with your family about what you'll do in these conditions. Will you be leaving if there's a fire nearby? Where are you going? And what are you taking? Have that discussion now before a fire is close by.
Simon Canning from Endeavour Energy has told Ben Fordham total fire bans are making it difficult to restore power.
Due to the total fire ban restrictions that are across Sydney and large parts of New South Wales, our automatic protection systems have had to be switched off to limit the risk of the network starting bushfires.
An audit shows a single government agency has spent nearly $500,000 in overpayments. About 500 former employees continued to be paid years after their positions were terminated. Year 10 school leavers can now apply for a police program aimed at addressing recruitment challenges. Those who take part in the cadetship will be stationed in the Hills or Sutherland Shire, gaining hands-on experience for 12 months. A survey has found about 26% of adults are aware of gambling harm reduction measure BetStop, and the 2030 Commonwealth Games will officially be hosted in India. In finance, the Dow Jones is up 423 points, the Nasdaq up 224. The Aussie dollar is buying 65.17 US cents.
2 2GB Finance. Thanks to Harris Farm. Fresh as it gets. Fruit, veg, meat, cheese. All at Harris Farm.
Australian Test selectors are looking at a potential recall for all-rounder Mitchell Marsh during the Ashes. Chief Selector George Bailey says Marsh's aggressive batting style will be looked at for later in the series. Elsewhere in Test cricket, India has slumped to a 408-run loss at home to South Africa. The Proteas claiming their series 2-0. Golfers are on the range warming up at Royal Queensland ahead of the PGA Championship, teeing off this morning in Brisbane. Cameron Smith, Minwoo Lee and Marco Penge tee off first on the back nine in half an hour. Adam Scott will play with defending champion Elvis Smiley in the following group. Liverpool, Arsenal and Tottenham will all be in action in the Champions League next hour on match day 5. And Luka Doncic has scored 43 points for the Lakers in a fiery 17-point win over the LA Clippers in the NBA Cup. That's sport. I'm Mike Pearsall.
It's 26 to 7. That's the latest news and sport.
Harvey Norman Black Friday. Stores open 8am tomorrow. Shop TVs, fridges, laptops, mobiles, furniture, bedding and more. Harvey Norman Black Friday. Stores open 8 till 8 tomorrow.
Christmas is coming, and so is the maestro Andre Rieu.
Hello, my dear friends. This December, my brand new concert, Merry Christmas, is coming to the big screen. I can't wait to celebrate with you. See you in cinemas.
Join Andre, his orchestra, and special guests for their biggest Christmas concert yet, with nearly 1,000 performers. In cinemas for one weekend only, December 6 and 7. Don't miss it. Book now at andreincinemas.com.
Traffic. It's Beaumont's Black Friday tile sale. Up to 40% off our most stylish tiles. Don't wait. Shop in store or online today at Beaumont Tiles.
At Blacktown, fallen wires from yesterday near the showground, and that has Richmond Road westbound remaining closed from Balmoral Street. At Rudy Hill, traffic lights are out on Woodstock Avenue and Rudy Hill Road North. Heavy delays the M4 from Roper Road at Collerton through to just after the Prospect Highway, and the M4 also crawling past James Roos Drive. Two-car crash at Yaguna on the Hume Highway citybound at Cooper Road. Got a truck and car together eastbound inside the Cross City Tunnel. Homebush, broken down van on Parramatta Road just past Park Road, and at Sydney Airport into the domestic it's heavy. This is Will Bottom on 2GB.
Discover the ultimate shopping experience at Paddy's Markets Flemington, Sydney's premier destination for fresh produce, best value meat, deli and seafood, quality plants and flowers, along with bargain fashion, toys, sporting goods, antiques and more. Paddy's Markets Flemington open every Friday 10am to 4:30pm, Saturday 6am to 2pm and Sunday 9am to 4:30pm. Only $2 entry fee per vehicle and pedestrian access is free. For details, visit paddysmarkets.com.au.
Norwegian Cruise Line's biggest sale of the year is on now. This Black Friday, save up to 50% off all cruises. Get up to $400 free onboard credit, free unlimited premium drinks and more. Whether you're dreaming of Europe, the South Pacific, Asia or beyond, NCL makes freedom effortless. Contact your travel agent or visit ncl.com. Limited time only. Conditions apply. Norwegian Cruise Line.
Weather. Snooze Black Friday starts now. Up to 60% off selected mattresses and up to 40% off selected bed frames. Ends Sunday.
Sunny, light winds becoming southwesterly 20 to 30 kilometres an hour. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 in the west. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow and Saturday, a possible showers Sunday. Right now in the city, it's 19 degrees, humidity 90%, 20 at Terry Hills, 17 at Bankstown, 16 in Penrith. I'm Katie Fuller. There'll be more news at 7 on your news leader, Sydney's 2GB.
People you know. Opinions that matter. News you can trust. This is Breakfast with Ben Fordham on Sydney's 2GB.
Thank you for being with us. If you can let us know what's going on in your world as far as power outages are concerned, we're going to have a closer look at this issue at 7:15 this morning, and we're chasing the headmaster of the King's School because they've decided to close school for the day because of the power outages, and we have been told from Endeavour Energy that it's linked to the total fire ban. That's why they haven't been able to get the power back on. I've got this one from Mike. Can't the fire ban be suspended for 24 hours? It's just rained. Can't the automatic system be switched on? Can't the Premier step in? Is this an intelligence test? Something smells about this, according to Mike. So Endeavour Energy has reported 324 active outages. They're impacting more than 35,000 customers. Ausgrid is reporting 112 outages with around 17,000 customers still without power. So if you're impacted, we want to talk to you on air this morning. Please send us a text right now, 0460 873 873, or phone the open line, 131 873.
This is Ben Fordham Live with Sydney's best breakfast on 2GB 873.
There's a great program launching today which hasn't been around since 1977. The Police Force Cadet Traineeship Program is being unveiled this morning. We knew it was coming because the Police Commissioner Mal Lanyon confirmed it on this program after we got a tip-off, and that followed an earlier chat about a cadet program raised by the Upper House MP Rod Roberts. And now, a few months later, it's officially happening. The 12-month traineeship will give school leavers early exposure to what it's like to be a cop. Cadets will complete a year of field-based learning by rotating through different departments. And at the end of the 12 months, they'll be able to apply for further study at the Goulburn Police Academy. The Police Minister, Yasmin Catley's on the line. Minister, good morning to you.
Good morning, Ben.
This is a good news story.
Oh, look, it is, Ben, and, it's just another stream as part of our overall recruitment strategy. So having the 12-month cadet trainee program, as you just said, they'll be rotating through 4 placements, through general duties, traffic and highway patrol, crime prevention and the detectives unit, and it will really give these young people the opportunity to see what it's like to be a police officer firsthand. But the good news is they will obtain a Certificate 3 in business at the end of it, and they will learn life skills while they're there for that 12 months. So it's very exciting, and, we hope that these cadets will be our cops of the future.
And at what age can they join this program?
Well, they can apply at 16. We're targeting those school leavers from year 10, so they can apply at 16 but not commence until 17 years of age. And we think that that's a good age to be coming in and do that 12 months until they're 18. And then, as you quite rightly said, can go on to do further studies down at the academy.
So we could see 17-year-olds around in a police uniform. They won't be carrying a weapon, though.
No, that's right. They will. It'll be a bit different, their uniforms. But yes, they will have a uniform on, and we'll be integrating them into police stations and getting that experience and that mentorship from our really experienced cops. And they can make that decision if they want to be a lifelong cop. This is about having a career in policing, Ben. And can I say, I have met one of those first cadets down at Bateman's Bay, John, and he was a cadet. He came in at 15. The program was much younger, and they trained for 3 years back in those times. And he's still in the police today. They're the sort of stories I want to be able to say in 40 years' time, that these people started under this, young people started under this cadet program, love policing, have a wonderful, fulfilling career in the New South Wales Police.
It's a great idea, and I'm glad it's back. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good to be with you, Ben.
Yasmin Catley, the Police Minister. And when you think about it, there are some younger people who have a bit of a sense in their mid-teenage years of what they want to do. I've mentioned it before, but a member of our breakfast team, Lucy Borg, first turned up here as a 14-year-old doing work experience. So if someone's 15, 16, 17 and they're thinking, I want to become a cop, why not have an introduction? So that's going to be officially unveiled today.
You're listening to Sydney's best breakfast, Ben Fordham Live. And now, the Business Report.
This is a worry. The first interest rate rise in 2 years may be on the horizon. Yes, interest rate rise. Inflation figures have surged alongside sky-high power prices. Was there any good news in all of this, Peter Switzer from switzer.com.au?
Really, Ben, I can't see any good news. Oh, look, the bottom line is this. We have high inflation because unemployment is low. And, that 3.8% headline inflation number is a really big number. And you're right, electricity was the main cause. I'm just looking at the contributors now here, Ben. Electricity, rents, medical and hospital services, domestic and holiday travel, tobacco, new dwelling purchases by home owners, restaurant meals, secondary education. These are the big ones, takeaway and fast food. So, Ben, what we've got out here is a country that has low unemployment, 4.3%, but the low unemployment has been created by the government policies, in particular tax cuts, higher wages, encouraged by Tony Burke, You've got boosted social welfare. That was particularly NDIS from Bill Shorten, now retired. We had electricity rebates taken away. Well, that was probably Jim Chalmers and the Prime Minister. And all this has helped unemployment come down, but it pushes demand and inflation up, and therefore it kills rate cuts. So the mortgage belt, people with mortgages are paying for everybody else. And I guess people are paying high rents as well. They're paying as well. But the rest of us who might own a home or have a very small debt, we're living the life of Riley, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm like you. I can't find any good news in the figures either. How are the markets?
Well, the Dow's up 426 points. The local market will be up 27 points at the start, Ben. The Aussie dollar is 65.2 US cents. I think the only good news I read this morning was how well you've done in the ratings. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much, Switz, and well done to you. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Cheers, mate.
Peter Switzer from switzer.com.au. Just on the police cadet program, we revealed yesterday that when there was a robbery in Penrith on Monday afternoon involving the Uber Eats delivery driver, that the witness called police 7 times and they didn't pick up the phone. Jack says, here's an idea. Perhaps the cadets could answer the phones.
Traffic. The Shocks Black Friday sale is now on with big savings on Shocks open-ear headphones. Visit shocks.com.au to find out more.
At Homebush, broken up van on Parramatta Road, Citybound just past Park Road. To the Glades Hill Bridge, who've had a crash a few minutes ago. One car into the back of another. That is as you come off the bridge, Citybound. It's just before the 7-Eleven in lane 2. Had a crash in the Cross City Tunnel that's just cleared, but what that's done to the eastern distributor through Moore Park is leave some really heavy traffic. It's now queued back onto Southern Cross Drive at East Lakes, queuing from near Gardeners Road. Blacktown, Fallen Wires, Richmond Road westbound's closed into the showground. Rudy Hill, traffic lights out. Woodstock Avenue at Rudy Hill Road. And a crash on the freeway at North Sydney.
AI's the buzz, but does it bring customers? The answer is yes. Supple Digital combines AI with your Google Ads, socials and SEO to multiply results. Black Friday special, first month free. Google Supple. That's SUPPLE.
For the good of Kirsty. She's 12. For the good of Noah. He's 10. For the good of Priya and Anya. 11 and 14. For the good of their well-being. From December 10, people under the age of 16 will no longer have access to social media accounts. It's part of a new law to help keep under 16s safer online. For more details and to help you prepare, go to esafety.gov.au. Authorised by the Australian Government, Canberra.
True or false? Black Friday's the biggest sale of the year at Bingley.
True.
It's on now.
True.
I'm in charge.
False.
Mum's in charge.
True.
There's huge deals on TVs, tech, fridges, ovens, washers, coffee machines, vacuums and more.
True. Just make a purchase at Bingley and you're in a daily draw for your chance to win a new appliance.
True. And we're giving away a new Volkswagen ID4 Pro.
True.
I need a new car too.
False.
Black Friday, our biggest sale of the year at Bingley. Terms and conditions apply.
Don't let the journey of a lifetime pass you by. Viking's spring sale must end December 1. Wherever you want to go, Viking can take you there in the state-of-the-art ships that have made Viking famous. And there are no kids and no casinos. With Viking, more is always included, like a complimentary excursion in every port, drinks with all onboard meals, unlimited Wi-Fi, access to the Nordic Spa and so much more. Relax and explore without spending more. Right now, when you book a Viking river voyage, you'll fly for free, or book an ocean or expedition voyage and your companion flies for free. But be quick, the spring sale must end December 1. See your Viking travel advisor or visit the website viking.com. It's 12 to 7.
When you buy Australian made, you're choosing more than a product. You're supporting a stronger economy and creating local jobs, helping Australian families and communities thrive now and into the future. With every purchase, you support local workers, manufacturers and growers who produce world-class products renowned for their quality, safety and reliability. So look for the Australian-made green and gold kangaroo and buy Australian. Visit australianmade.com.au.
Renovation Kingdom's Black Friday sale, their biggest ever. Save up to 80% off in-store and online, plus an additional 15% store-wide. Freestanding baths starting from $550. All the big brands, Coroma, ADP, Mir, Nero, Fienza and more. Spend $4,000 for a chance to win a $1,000 Visa gift card. Must end midnight tomorrow. Search Renovation Kingdom, Tarrant Point and North Parramatta.
Want to find Australia's leading reverse mortgage provider? Search Heartland Bank for details and stay in the home you love.
Unlock a better life with Heartland Bank.
Eligibility criteria and terms and conditions apply.
Ben Fordham Live. Want some time back in your day? Find the best route on the linked Trip Compare tool. Quicker, safer travel with Transurban. Operator of Linked.
On the power outages, Tony says most of the Hills local government area is out of power. Another one here. Hi, Ben. Electricity still out in Annan Grove since 2 p.m. yesterday. Another one. Ermington, still 48,000 people affected with no power. Well, I'm hearing that there are service stations that are closed in Ermington on Victoria Road. And the shops at Ermington are shut too. If you don't have power, what's the point in opening up?
The UK report for Kelly Country in-store and online Black Friday sale. Up to 60% off chinos and Cambridge washable trousers. Savile Row and Daniel Hector, kellycountry.com.au.
Farmers have driven tractors into the middle of London in an attempt to fight a farm inheritance tax, and it's resulted in arrests. Adam Gilchrist, good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, there have been a few arrests. We know there were a dozen tractors or so driven into central London. The police had told them kind of at the last minute, you can't drive your tractors close to Parliament, and some were sort of a bit too late and some decided they would anyway, so hence the arrests. Although it's difficult to arrest a farmer in a tractor, but the police managed it. The farmers are unhappy because I think we all agree the world over that they are a special case, farmers, because we need food that they grow. But how special a case should they be is the question. And so the Labour government has decided that when it comes to inheritance tax, passing the farm on to the kids, that it will be £1 million before there is then an inheritance tax of 20%. That is roughly 3 times the rate that my children would get as a freebie from any house, and half the inheritance tax rate as well. So there's clearly some sort of softening of that cushion. But that has still enraged farmers saying, look, you know, there's plenty of holdings that are much more money than that. It's a real bone of contention, hence the protest, and hence the fact that although things have changed in the budget, slightly improving conditions for farmers, they're not happy. And if you've got unhappy farmers, that's not great for your food production, is it?
Yeah, I think you're right. They're in a special category. And everyone's saying a group of Scottish lads have summed up the Christmas spirit. What did they do?
Yeah, they appeared at someone's door and there was nobody in, but for the Ring doorbell camera that was there, they sang a little burst of Wham's Last Christmas, these 5 Scottish schoolboys. The owners of the house where they picked up, Erin Chambers lives there, in Falkirk in Scotland. She said that they were used to some sort of youth troubles, shall we call them incidents. So she feared the worst when she saw her Ring doorbell cam, but these 5 boys sing Last Christmas with a delightful Scottish accent, as you can only imagine. It's been viewed 2 million times or so now on various social media channels, and all they did was sing it and then say, love you, and walked away. It was a proper spirit of Christmas moment.
Oh, I love it. You're getting us ready for the Christmas spirit as well. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, Adam.
Will do. Thank you.
Adam Gilchrist in the UK. And so, yeah, the lads go up to the front door and they're caught on the camera out the front, and the homeowner's thinking, what are they doing? Is this knock and run? Is it some awful prank? But this is what they did.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, I gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I give it to someone special. Excuse me, this is to get you in the Christmas spirit. Bye.
Oh, lads, we love that.
Traffic. This festive season, make Glass Brasserie the backdrop to your end-of-year celebrations. Book now at glassbrasserie.com.au.
Extensive delays from this. A 2-truck crash at Darlinghurst northbound in the Eastern Distributor Tunnel. Only 1 lane open. Very heavy traffic, which is back to East Lakes on Southern Cross Drive and just building really quickly. Also delays into the domestic terminals at Sydney Airport. Heavy traffic the Hugh Motorway through Ingleburn onto the M5, with the M4 slow from Collerton to Greystanes and through Granville past James Roos Drive. Blacktown, There's fallen wires on Richmond Road near the showground. Westbound's closed at Balmoral Street. And coming off the Gladeshill Bridge, Drummoyne, a two-car crash on Victoria Road. That's city-bound.
AI's the buzz, but does it bring customers? The answer is yes. Supple Digital combines AI with your Google Ads, socials and SEO to multiply results. Black Friday special, first month free. Google Supple. That's SUPPLE.
JB Hi-Fi's One-Tier Black Friday Blitz is on now, with over $2,000 smashed off an LG 77-inch OLED, LG 65-inch crunched, 1,650 off, and 40% blitzed off an LG 75-inch TV. JB, you've done it again.
When you buy Australian made, you're choosing more than a product. You're supporting a stronger economy and creating local jobs, helping Australian families and communities thrive now and into the future. With every purchase, you support local workers, manufacturers and growers who produce world-class products renowned for their quality, safety and reliability. So look for the Australian-made green and gold kangaroo and buy Australian. Visit australianmade.com.au.
It's 7 to 7. Time to take control of your energy with the Red Energy app, redenergy.com.au. Warm and sunny with light winds, humidity 85%. It's 19 at the moment on the coast, climbing to 31. 17 in Sydney's west with a top of 33. If your workplace is getting ready for the end of year shutdown, it's the perfect time to talk to Versatile Property Services. Versatile can conduct a deep clean. We all need one of them. They're a full-service commercial facilities company. They do industrial cleaning, office cleaning, retail, hospitality, schools, aged care. They do general cleaning, window cleaning, carpet cleaning, high-pressure cleaning. They can take care of your waste management and secure document destruction. They are versatile. Versatileservices.com.au. They know every business is different, so they'll create a tailored solution perfect for you. Contact the professionals. Versatile Property Services, and they can give you a free quote on an end-of-year workplace deep clean. Versatileservices.com.au.
The BMW Black Friday sale event has been extended. Don't miss this opportunity to get behind the wheel with savings equal to the GST across selected new BMW models in stock. Experience performance, innovation and luxury with a range of vehicles ready for immediate delivery. Don't miss the BMW Black Friday sale event. This exceptional offer must end Sunday, November 30. Visit your nearest participating BMW dealer today. Terms and conditions apply.
Black Friday is here at 40 Winks. 50% off mattresses, 30% off furniture, plus an extra 10% off select items. These Black Friday savings end Cyber Monday. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. 40 Winks. Serious about savings, serious about sleep.
Norwegian Cruise Line's biggest sale of the year is on now. This Black Friday, save up to 50% off all cruises. Get up to $400 free onboard credit, free unlimited premium drinks and more. Whether you're dreaming of Europe, the South Pacific, Asia or beyond, NCL makes freedom effortless. Contact your travel agent or visit ncl.com. Limited time only. Conditions apply. Norwegian Cruise Line.
If you remember this, it might be time to get retirement ready. As a Rest member, it's simple to get help planning your retirement. Go to rest.com.au. You can get on in seconds. Rest. Super. Simple.
Product issued by Retail Employees Superannuation Pty Ltd. Before deciding to join or stay, consider the PDS and TMD at rest.com.au/PDS and whether it's appropriate for you.
You're listening to Ben Fordham live on 2GB. McCafe's iced drinks. The little treat you deserve when you deserve a little treat. Only at McCafe.
If you're caught up in the power outages off the back of the storms, please let us know. We'd like to talk to you after 7 o'clock this morning. You can phone us right now for a chat off air, 131873. You can also email ben@2gb.com. Messages about the Scottish lads singing Last Christmas. Those young Scottish lads just made my day. Michelle says, please play that every day leading up to Christmas. Anne says, oh, Ben, beautiful boys. We need more of that Christmas spirit from our young ones. Way to go, boys.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, I gave it away. This year, to save me from tears, I give it to someone special. Excuse me, this is to get you in the Christmas spirit. Bye. Love you.
Love you, they say on the end. How cute are those kids? Nick says, the Scottish accent killed me, Ben. That's the funniest and nicest thing I've heard in a long time.
A sports update. Whatever the occasion, large or small, Dede's has you covered. Book now at dedesgroup.com.au.
The host city for the 2030 Commonwealth Games has been revealed. Spiro.
Morning, Ben. This is great news for athletes in Australia and the Commonwealth more broadly. The future of the Commonwealth Games looking bright. We learned this morning that Ahmedabad in India has been awarded the hosting rights for the 2030 edition of the Commonwealth Games, with the multi-sport event returning to India for the first time since the Delhi Games in 2010. There were fears about whether the concept would be scrapped completely or not after Victoria pulled the pin. They were the original hosts of the 2026 edition of the event. Glasgow in Scotland took over, so they'll play host to it next year, which takes place at the end of July into the start of August. But the reason that this event is so important for athletes is because their sports usually get featured at the Olympics every 4 years, but the Commonwealth Games gives them an opportunity to compete mid-cycle and help with their preparations for the Olympics as well. So great news, 2030, the Commonwealth Games heading to India with Ahmedabad, the host city.
Martin on the text line says power has just come back on in Oxley Park. Thank you, Martin. We've got golf as well, Spiro.
We do. We are just moments away, Ben, from the Australian PGA Championship teeing off at Royal Queensland. It gets underway just after 7 o'clock this morning with Minwoo Lee and Cameron Smith in the first marquee group to tee off. They'll be followed by Adam Scott, the defending champion Elvis Smiley, and the Kiwi Ryan Fox. It'll be great to see our Aussie golfing stars in action, especially Minwoo Lee. He won this tournament 2 years ago, but his title defence didn't go to plan last year, a knee injury impacting his chances of going back-to-back. So he'll be up for redemption. And, of course, the build-up continues to next week, the Australian Open being held at Royal Melbourne with the Masters champion Rory McIlroy making his way down under to compete as well. So a big few weeks for golf in Australia.
Well done, mate. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Ben.
Coming up, we're going to tell you about the curious case of the government employees in New South Wales who quit their roles, but the government kept on paying them for years after they resigned. It's time for the news at 7.
Missed the show? That's okay. Catch up now at 2gb.com. Sydney's 2GB 873.
It's 7 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Katie Fuller. The clean-up from violent storms could take days. About 50,000 homes and businesses are still without power, mostly in Sydney, Newcastle and the Central Coast. The SES responded to more than 2,000 calls for help. Spokesman Andrew Edmonds says crews responded to damaged roofs, downed trees and fallen power lines.
We also saw a surge in calls in the Central West, particularly around Bathurst, Dubbo and Orange, where we've seen significant damage to properties there. In Nevertire, which is west of Dubbo, entire roofs were blown off properties, including private homes and sheds.
A massive inferno has engulfed 7 high-rise apartment buildings in Hong Kong, killing at least 36 people. Almost 300 remain unaccounted for, with the inferno expected to continue burning for days. One firefighter has died in the blaze, with crews struggling to reach residents on the upper floors. This firefighter says it's an extremely dangerous situation.
The fire is spreading quickly to nearby buildings, and also debris and scaffolding of the affected buildings are falling down.
Australians will be blocked from accessing some of the world's most used deepfake services. The E-Safety Commissioner issued a UK company an official warning in September after it was linked to AI-created child sexual exploitation material in schools. The Notify services were receiving 100,000 visits a month from Australians. Year 10 school leavers can now apply for a 12-month traineeship, giving them hands-on experience in the police force. Cadets will be stationed in the Hills or Sutherland Shire. Police Minister Yasmin Catley has told Ben Fordham they'll rotate through 4 departments, gaining vital skills.
Through general duties, traffic and highway patrol, crime prevention and the detectives unit, and it will really give these young people the opportunity to see what it's like to be a police officer firsthand. But the good news is they will obtain a Certificate 3 in business at the end of it.
A man has been charged with animal cruelty offences after 2 dogs were left in a metal bike locker at Penrith Railway Station. Police and firefighters broke the locker open after a member of the public heard barking. One of the greyhounds was already dead, while the other died a short time later at the vet. And new safety devices will be installed across Sydney's Tangara train fleet to reduce train surfing. In finance, the Dow Jones is up 388 points, the Nasdaq up 209. One Aussie dollar is buying 65.18 US cents.
Finance. This festive season, make Glass Brasserie the backdrop to your end-of-year celebrations. Book now at glassbrasserie.com.au.
The first of Australia's 2 golf majors is teeing off in Brisbane with the PGA Championship this morning. Minwoo Lee and Cameron Smith are on the 10th tee in the first of 2 marquee groups this morning at Royal Queensland. Englishman James Morrison has told Wide World of Sports Smith will be hard to beat.
He's a local boy. He's kind of coming back into form a little bit. He's obviously a world-class golfer, so someone like him will be up there.
South Africa has claimed just its second Test Series win in India, secured with a whopping 408-run victory in the second Test in Guwahati. Back home in the Women's Big Bash, the Melbourne Stars have defeated the Hobart Hurricanes by 37 runs. And match day 5 of the Champions League continues this morning. Liverpool has just kicked off at home against PSV. Arsenal is hosting Bayern Munich. Tottenham is away to PSG. That's sport. I'm Mike Pearsall.
It's 7:04. That's the latest news and sport.
Harvey Norman Black Friday. Stores open 8 a.m. tomorrow. Shop TVs, fridges, laptops, mobiles, furniture, bedding and more. Harvey Norman Black Friday. Stores open 8 till 8 tomorrow.
This Christmas, elevate your lifestyle with a Clarendon home, packed with premium inclusions and smart upgrades. Select Miele or Smeg upgrades for your kitchen. Enjoy designer touches like Parisi tapware, frameless shower screens and indulgent freestanding baths. Clarendon's 7-star Basics commitment means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home. Discover what real luxury feels like. Visit Clarendon's display centres or clarendon.com.au. Offer ends 23 December 2025.
Traffic. The Black Friday sale is on now at Raging Waters Sydney. Save up to $40 on season passes. Head to ragingwatersydney.com.au.
Into Drummoyne, a 2-car crash, Glades Hill Bridge, citybound on Victoria Road. 2 lanes are closed. The Roselle interchange, the M4 tunnel, holding a lot of traffic towards the Anzac Bridge, and it's really slow moving. Also on the M4 Greystones, a crash outbound just past Edelong Road in the right lane's got delays from near Coleman Street westbound, and M4 citybound slowing Eastern Creek and Prospect. Blacktown wires down on Richmond Road, which is closed westbound from Balmoral Street. Airport Tunnel, small truck broken down citybound in lane 1, and East Lakes heavy from there on Southern Cross Drive. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
In Sweden, we believe in just the right amount, embracing balance, minimalism and simplicity. Something that Volvo believe in too. And when it comes to choosing your next car, we believe in just the right amount of choice. Between petrol, plug-in hybrid and fully electric, there's a Volvo for everyone. So visit your local Volvo retailer to learn which one is right for you. Volvo.
With NRMA Insurance, you could enjoy our multi-policy discount when you take out 2 or more eligible policies. NRMA Insurance, a help company. Discount applies in tiers based on the number of eligible policies. Maximum tier reached at 9 eligible policies. Visit nrma.com.au/customer-discounts for more info. Discount may be subject to minimum premiums. Always read the PDS. PDS and TMDs available from NRMA Insurance at nrma.com.au.
2GB weather. Rain, hail or shine, we'll be here to help when unexpected weather comes your way. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Sunny, light winds becoming southwesterly 20 to 30 kilometres an hour. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 in the west. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow and Saturday, a possible shower on Sunday. Right now in the city, it's 19 degrees, humidity 85%, 21 at Terry Hills, 18 at Bankstown, Penrith and Gosford, 15 at Lucas Heights. I'm Katie Fuller. There'll be more news at 7:30 on your news leader, Sydney's 2GB.
Now on 2GB, Ben Fordham Live, Sydney's best breakfast.
Thank you for joining us. Thursday, November 27. We have lots of breaking news coming into us right now, including this from Washington, D.C. 2 National Guardsmen have been shot in downtown Washington, just blocks from the White House. This is unfolding right now. The police in Washington are releasing a statement on social media saying, please avoid the area as our partners work to secure the scene. According to a DC police official, there was an active shooter, and that official says the suspect is down. The suspect is down. There was an active shooter, but we're being told that 2 National Guardsmen have been shot not too far from the White House. More information as it comes in. And closer to home, we're receiving word that shots have been fired at a home in Sydney's northwest. It happened in the early hours of this morning. Police say they found damage at a property in Tullawong. They've also discovered a dumped car nearby. It's understood the occupants of the car have fled the scene. They were last seen running down the street, and they are now the subject of a manhunt. A search so far has failed to find the suspects. So a shooting overnight in Tullawong in Sydney's northwest, and there's a police operation unfolding right now in Emerton in Sydney's west. Someone's been assaulted in a robbery, and there are reports that the offender was armed. We're chasing further details from New South Wales Police.
Ben Fordham comments. Thanks to The Drain Man. Got a gurgle? Get The Drain Man. He's the local expert who only clears and relines drains.
This is interesting. A driving instructor has blown the whistle on what's happening on Aussie roads. His name is Clem Chan. He's a driving instructor at the DreamWorks Driving School in Brisbane. Clem Chan says there are foreign drivers who are not equipped for Australian roads. They've moved to Australia legally, but they have licences that were never earned under proper training and testing. He says in some places they just pay for a driver's licence, and then they come on over and they're able to drive legally in Australia. Some of them are from countries where they have no idea on how we drive in Australia and how the road rules work. So the issue of foreign drivers struggling on Aussie roads was raised on our show earlier this year. A trucking boss, Graham, wrote to us saying, this is not a race-based problem. It's more about a failed licensing system Australia-wide. And he pointed out the obvious. He asked, how can someone arrive here with a student visa with no experience driving our trucks and be handed the keys to a 65-tonne B-double? And the driving instructor, Clem Chan, sees it firsthand. He's seen people changing lanes without checking first, dangerous driving at roundabouts, and confusion at intersections. And it gets worse than that. He's seen some foreign students who just all of a sudden turn onto the wrong side of the road. He says if there's no oncoming traffic, great, but what happens if there is? Remember, this is a warning coming from a registered driving instructor. Clem Chan is on the road every day, so he's got a front row seat to the issue. And this is why the New South Wales Premier Chris Minns changed the rules. Since July last year, overseas licence holders must sit a driving test within 6 months of moving to New South Wales. Why? Because the government knows too many foreign licences are unreliable. And the result? Half of all foreign drivers are failing the test. New South Wales instructor Steve Ruddle explains why. He says there's about 57 languages in the online test, but that doesn't translate onto the road with English written signs. I've found that they can fail to interpret those signs. And driving tests are now clogged because so many new arrivals are scrambling to get a legitimate licence. Young Aussies keen to get their licence are waiting months to be tested for their P-plates. It is an inconvenience, but at least it's making the roads safer in the long run. Remember, the people sounding the alarm aren't politicians or radio hosts. They're experienced trucking bosses and driving instructors. And Clem Chan says the problem is growing in his home state of Queensland. He says part of the problem is poor driving instructors. He's told the Epoch Times some driving instructors are undertrained and underqualified. They're not really teaching.
2GB Sydney traffic. Bob Jane T-Marts won't be beaten with their best tyre price guarantee. Bob Jane T-Marts, they'll look after you.
At Greystones, a crash on the M4 outbounds taking out the right-hand lane just past Edelong Road with delays back to Burnett Street westbound and citybound on the M4 heavy from Roper Road at Collerton through to Greystones Road. At Blacktown, fallen wires on Richmond Road near the showground. Westbound remains closed from Balmoral Street. At North Parramatta, ongoing work at shut North Rocks Road from Church Street northbound. Heavy traffic from near Willoughby Road on the Warringah Freeway citybound heading into the city, and also as you come off the Harbour Bridge northbound, a little slow as well. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
AI's the buzz, but does it bring customers? The answer is yes. Supple Digital combines AI with your Google Ads, socials and SEO to multiply results. Black Friday special, first month free. Call 1300 Supple. That's SUPPLE.
Don't miss Cocoa Republic's Black November sale. Enjoy 25% off luxury furniture store-wide. Our largest event of the year. Hurry, sale must end Monday, December 1st. Visit our Sydney showrooms or shop online at cocorepublic.com.au. T's and C's apply.
Stores open 8 a.m. tomorrow. Harvey Norman Black Friday. Shop unbeatable deals store-wide. TVs, fridges, vacuums, kitchen and laundry. Get set to save. Shop huge discounts on the latest tech. Laptops, headphones, mobiles and more. Now's the time to buy. Shop big bargains in bedding, mattresses, pillows, quilts and bedroom furniture all on sale. Shop hot deals on lounges, dining, outdoor furniture, barbecues and more. Best brands, best range, best Black Friday prices. Go Harvey Norman Black Friday sale. Stores open 8 till late tomorrow. Trading hours may vary.
Let's talk about Nick Chironi.
A kiss on the hand may be quite continental, but diamonds are a girl's best friend.
When you think diamonds and Nick Chironi jewellery, you think of dazzling pieces on the red carpet. But let me tell you, Chironi jewellery isn't just for celebrities, it's for everyone. If you've got a special milestone or occasion coming up, and there's Christmas around the corner, Chironi has the largest handmade jewellery workshop in Australia. And Nick Chironi and the team are welcoming, genuine. They'll bring your vision to life. And this is great. Saturday and Sunday, Chironi is holding their Christmas sale. The perfect time to start your love affair with Chironi. Head in store. I'll give you the addresses in just a moment. And here's the best part. Nick Chironi's going to be there this weekend. He'll be attending both stores in Leichhardt and the CBD. He'll also be signing copies of their 50th anniversary book. He's a great Australian, a wonderful success story. Catherine Street, Leichhardt, or 77 Castlereagh Street in the CBD. Chironi, life is precious. Chironi.com.au. And you can also save a few bucks because the Christmas sale is on this weekend.
Perfume is more than scent. It's memory, presence, and power. So discover your signature scent with Bajermi. Think iconic, original fragrances for women and men with a luxury feel at a price you'll adore. Just in time for Christmas. Bajermi, scents that whisper to your senses. Spoil yourself and the ones you love with a beautiful fragrance from Bajermi. See bajermi.com.au. That's BUJAIRAMI.
Bye, fur babies. Sol is running the aircon, so I've left it on in the lounge for you.
Meow. Potty time.
Ow, ow, ow! Bust the catnip.
Cool cats love My Place IQ Super Smart Air Conditioning because it saves energy by only air conditioning the rooms you need at the temperatures you want.
Uh-oh, lights are on, blinds are going up.
And it does other smart things too. Visit myplace.com.au to learn more about My Place IQ. Super smart air conditioning.
We live in an uncertain world where wealth comes in many forms: gold, silver, jewellery, crypto and cash. But where are your valuables stored? Are they truly safe? Think Authentic Safe. Located in Western Sydney, Authentic Safe provides state-of-the-art protection for your most valuable possessions. Whether it's long-term security or short-term storage while travelling. With a secure car park, private loading bays, biometric access, 24/7 surveillance, armed response and bank-rated vaults. You'll enjoy premium protection and total privacy. Search AuthenticSafe.com.au and protect what's yours.
Ben Fordham Live. Find out why Red Energy is CanStar Blue's most awarded energy provider. Give their Aussie-based team a call on 131 806.
16 minutes after 7 o'clock, Transurban's traffic team tell us drivers are saving up to 33 minutes right now using WestConnex from Parramatta to Sydney Airport. Quicker, safer trips with Transurban. Sydney's weather warm and sunny, light winds, no chance of rain, they reckon, 85% humidity. It's 19 at the moment on the coast and a top of 31. 18 in Sydney's west, climbing to 33.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
Well, there's some chaos in Sydney this morning. Thousands of homes are still without power after a wild storm ripped across parts of New South Wales. Ausgrid has 112 unplanned outages with around 17,000 people impacted. Endeavour Energy has 324 outages and more than 35,000 people without power. Transport for New South Wales say there are about 20 sets of traffic lights out of action. Others are being run off diesel generators. At Ermington on Victoria Road, we've spotted a few petrol stations that have decided to not open today because they've got no power. And some schools have even been forced to close their doors. The King School in Parramatta has told students to stay home. Jason Morrison is on the line right now. He's got kids at the King School. JMO, good morning.
Hey, Ben. G'day. Yeah, note went out last night, quite late last night, saying not really any damage to the school. It's just a power issue. And I drove around there last night and there's trees and everything down. So there's a considerable problem in that area, but it means school is off today. No school was a pretty welcome thing around our house this morning.
Yeah, I bet they don't have any generators to back up or anything like that.
Actually, they've got plenty of that, but it's just such a vast area. And I guess you've got this issue. It's not just, how do I put it? It's not just the school. It's getting into the school that's the issue. I mean, power in the area, lights are out. The petrol stations you've mentioned, that's an issue. There is a considerable power problem in that area, probably exaggerated a bit by this, I'll say, somewhat crazy rule they have now about doing the power work on total fire ban days, which is odd in itself. But that is an issue that I think is affecting the whole area. I was driving back from Auburn last night to sort of where I live around Eastwood, and I was amazed how much power outage it was. And, it's like the city gets very dark very quickly when there's no street lights. It was black as anything. And
they're saying because of the total fire ban yesterday, they weren't able to work to get the power back on. But we've heard from a former Endeavour Energy worker who's told us, well, when he was working for them, they had workarounds on days like that, and they were able to get the power back on whether there was a total fire ban or not.
There's some kind of new rule, and I guess when there's a rule, there's a rule, and it's going to cause a lot of problems. I mean, the petrol station thing you've pointed out already on Victoria Road is an issue, but it's traffic lights, it's intersections, it's industries. It's a whole lot of things it's going to be knock-on for. And, I'm sure if this school's affected, there'll be others around that area as well, because pretty much from James Roos Drive right up to Carlingford in different spots, I was seeing no power. So that'll evolve over the morning. But at the moment, at this stage, it's school out for that school, the King's School today.
Okay, I'm sure your boys won't be minding that. Good luck to you and Heidi, and we'll hear you next week with Clinton. Thanks so much.
On you, mate.
There's Jason Morrison. Josh is up next. Josh, good morning.
Morning, Ben.
What's happening in the Hawkesbury?
Oh, we've got no power up until about 8 o'clock tonight, we're being told, so since 2 o'clock yesterday. Probably going to lose a few fridges worth of food, and got a newborn baby, going to lose a bit of breast milk, but what do you do?
So you got a little one at home and you're juggling that?
Yeah, so, we had to go stay at family last night. Went home this morning, still no power, and probably won't be there till tonight.
And they're saying 8 o'clock tonight?
Yeah, so we're told 11 o'clock last night and then delayed because of the new rules.
Good on you. Thank you very much. We are going to be talking to Endeavour Energy again after 8 o'clock this morning just to ask about those rules that apparently state that on a day when there's a total fire ban, Endeavour Energy can't work to restore power to areas that have lost power. It seems strange to us. Of course, we've got to put safety first always, but back in the day they had workarounds. Vlad, what's your situation?
Oh, well, we've had no power since 1 o'clock yesterday. The power actually started going out even before the storm. So there was issues prior to the actual storm. The whole street's been out that I can see. All night there was no lights on anywhere. What else can I tell you?
You're in the Hills district, are you? You're in Castle Hill.
That's right, Castle Hill. My mum hasn't got power. She's in Borkham Hills. So we're talking it's fairly widespread. The lights on certain intersections are out, yes, so it's quite dangerous to try and drive. What else can I tell you? There's, like I said, neighbours, no one. no one's got anything that I can see.
You've just got to wait and wait and wait. Good on you, Vlad. You've done a good job at letting us know what's happening in Castle Hill. Here we go. There's another message about a school. Just received a message from my daughter's school and my son's school, Ben. School closed today due to no power. St John's Viennese Primary School in Doonside and St Andrew's College in Marion. That's from Tom in Blacktown. Marilyn's on the line from not far from Lithgow, Portland. Hello, Marilyn.
Hi, Ben. Yes, I'm at Portland. We haven't had any power since 2 p.m. yesterday, and we don't have any water because our water pump's not working.
So the water pump is separate to the power outage, but you've got no water, no power.
Well, when we don't have power, the pump doesn't work because it runs on electricity.
Okay.
Yes, because we have a water tank.
So no water, no power in Portland for Marilyn. When are we getting the power back on? Are we seriously waiting until 8 o'clock tonight? And have a listen to this from Peter, because this explains how dangerous it can be. Peter sent a note earlier saying, I'm next to my wife to make sure she's okay. She requires a CPAP machine to sleep, and it's been over 12 hours since we lost power. I need a fridge to keep my needles refrigerated to treat my medical problems. Endeavour contacted us to say one of the reasons they couldn't supply power to us is because there was a total fire ban yesterday. Sorry, I don't understand what this has got to do with returning power supply. They've told us too it may not be returned until 8 p.m. Others have been told 11 p.m. Giovanni's on the Central Coast. Hello, Giovanni.
G'day, Ben. How you going? The problem we have up at Pete's Ridge, Mangrove Mountain, Central Mangrove, is we've got no communication towers working and we can't make phone calls. That's our problem up there. And we won't be getting our power until late this afternoon.
No good, Giovanni. Thank you very much. So thank you to all of our listeners for keeping us informed, and we will talk to Endeavour Energy after the news at 8. We'll also chase Ausgrid to see whether they can join us as well. And we want to ask, are they serious, expecting us to wait until 8 o'clock tonight to turn the power back on?
2GB Sydney traffic. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. The Aussie Car Rental Company.
At Moorebank, a truck and bus together affecting southbound on Heathcote Road. Very heavy, the M5 through Moorebank Citybound coming off the Hugh Motorway. M4 delays continue. Just cleared and reopened lanes after a crash at Greystanes. It was near Edelong Road westbound, but that traffic remains heavy from Pitt Street to Marylands heading west. And the M4 Citybound very slow from Collerton through Eastern Creek and Prospect. At Blacktown, fallen wires and westbound on Richmond Road remains closed from Balmoral Street near the showground. Got a crash at Greenacre. It's northbound Roberts Road at Juno Parade. This is Will Bottom on 2GB.
Chemist Warehouse are having a massive Black Friday sale. Hurry in this Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Better jog into Chemist Warehouse and save on vitamins. Swiss Vitamins range half price off RRP. Yes, please. What about Blackmore's? You betcha. It's half price off RRP too. Excludes bulk pack sizes. For these specials and so much more, visit us in-store or online. 4 days only. Hurry in to grab a bargain and save, save, save. Sale ends November 30. Exclusions apply. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings this Black Friday.
Kogan.com's Black Friday sale is on now. And they're going all out with up to 70% off awesome TVs, appliances, furniture and more. They've got big screen TVs. They've got robot vacuums. They've got, bargain. Add to cart and, guess I'm a air fryer guy now. Hurry. Shop up to 70% off at the Kogan.com Black Friday sale now. Kogan.com. Clickin' awesome. T&Cs apply.
Keep the calls coming, keep the messages coming as well so we can be across all of these power outages. Thank you very much for your help, by the way. This Christmas, elevate your lifestyle with a Clarendon home. Unwrap the Clarendon home difference with up to 36 premium inclusions and smart upgrades. Select from Miele or Smeg upgrades for the kitchen. Designer touches like Parisi tapware, frameless shower screens, indulgent freestanding baths, and Clarendon's 7-star Basics commitment means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home. Discover what real luxury feels like. Don't wait. This offer ends December 23, 2025. Clarendon.com.au. Visit Clarendon's display centres or just search Clarendon Homes.
Lotto is an estimated $6 million this Saturday. Grab an entry in-store, online or on the Lot app now. Wouldn't it be nice?
Netflix, Nvidia, Apple. Just 3 of the revolutionary companies held in BetaShares Nasdaq 100 ETF. With returns of 20.1% per annum since May 2015, NDQ is the ETF of choice for Australians wanting to invest in the companies transforming the world. Search BetaShares NDQ or speak with an advisor today. Past performance is not indicative of future performance. Investing involves risk. BetaShares Capital Limited is the issuer. Read the PDS and TMD at betashares.com.au.
Ben Fordham Live. Aussies are more likely to buy a product that's Australian-made. Apply to use the Australian-made green and gold kangaroo logo. Shoppers trust.
Thank you for being with us. Our number 131873. You can email ben@2gb.com and the text line 0460 873 873. Investigations are underway after shots have reportedly been fired in Tullawong today. Just before 5 a.m, emergency services were called and police attended and were told a number of shots were fired towards a home. A crime scene's been established. Investigations are underway. A man and a woman who were at home at the time are uninjured. If you know anything, please phone Crime Stoppers, 1800 333 000. Now, we've got an update on this massive fire in Hong Kong. 36 people have been killed in a deadly fire at a high-rise housing complex. 3 men have been arrested on suspicion of manslaughter. Police are expected to give more updates at a news conference soon. And it's just frightening what's gone on here, because we're told that 36 people are dead, 29 people are receiving treatment in hospital, 7 are listed as critical, more than 700 firefighters are on scene, and the number that scares me more than all of them, 279 people are listed as missing. 279. Most of the residents trapped in the fire are believed to be elderly. They lived in these buildings. They're government-subsidised home ownership schemes, and they're built on bamboo scaffolding, and that's how the fire is believed to have spread. So now, 3 people arrested on suspicion of manslaughter.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
131873 on the text line. Tim says, Ben, I'd love to hear from some of the people with solar and batteries. How long does their power last while the power is out? Barbara says, I live in an over 55s here in Bribie Island. Some residents here have CPAP machines and they haven't had power for 4 days. It came back on this morning, but we've had nothing. You are our eyes and ears at a time like this. If there are any other school closures being reported via text message or email, please pass them along to us so we can share the news with everyone else. Here's Katie Fuller with your 7:30 news.
Missed something? Click on audio and hear it all at 2gb.com. Sydney's 2GB 873.
It's 7:30. Good morning, I'm Katie Fuller. 3 people have been arrested for manslaughter in relation to a deadly fire in Hong Kong. At least 36 people have been killed as a blaze tears through an apartment complex made up of 8 31-storey towers. 279 others remain unaccounted for. China's President Xi Jinping is urging an all-out effort to extinguish the fire. BBC journalist Martin Yip is there. He says it's a terrifying scene as the inferno lights up the night sky.
At least 5 buildings in front of me are still on fire. Dozens of them are burning from inside of the flats, and those are not small fires, they are raging fires.
More than 50,000 residents and business owners are without power after violent storms ripped through parts of the state. 20 sets of traffic lights are out of action while others are being run by diesel generators. Outages have forced some schools to close their doors. 2GB host Jason Morrison has told Ben Fordham his sons won't be going to class at the King's School in Parramatta because it's shut.
I went out last night, quite late last night, saying not really any damage to the school, it's just a power issue. And I drove around there last night and there's trees and everything down. So there's a considerable problem in that area, but it means school is off today.
A suspect is in custody after 2 members of the National Guard were shot in Washington, D.C. Officials say the uniformed soldiers were shot just blocks away from the White House. Their conditions are not known. A home has been peppered with bullets in Sydney's northwest. Police say a man and woman inside the home at Tullawong were not hurt. A crime scene has been set up. New South Wales has the lowest crime rate in the country, remaining one of the safest places to live in Australia. Bureau of Crime Statistics data shows when it comes to murder, physical assault, motor vehicle theft and robbery, our state ranks relatively low. Executive Director Jackie Fitzgerald says there are some exceptions.
So in particular, sexual assault, domestic assault and fraud seem to be at best equivalent to the national average.
The TGA has received hundreds of reports of Ozempic patients developing pancreatitis, including 5 deaths. The severe infection is the most common listed reaction for the diabetes drugs, which are prescribed off-label for weight loss. And a new report shows women chief executives earn $83,000 less on average than men every year. In finance, the Aussie dollar buying 65.19 US cents.
Finance. If you're a tradie who's great at building houses, but not websites, talk to Zeal Digital. They'll help you stand out online.
The first groups are away in the opening round of the Australian PGA Championship in Brisbane. A solid start for Minwoo Lee, who has his first birdie on the second hole. Cameron Smith is even par through 2. The Matildas' preparation for next year's Women's Asia Cup is about to intensify with 2 games against New Zealand. Forward Caitlin Ford says the Asia Cup is a bonus chance to improve on what they achieved at home in the World Cup 2 years ago.
After the buzz of the World Cup and us making it to the semi-finals and being so close, we do want to go that step further. Yeah, the goal is to be champions at the end of it.
The Sydney Flames have defeated Geelong after overtime in the WNBL, and round 3 of the Australian Baseball League begins tonight with the Sydney Blue Sox hosting the Adelaide Giants. That's sport. I'm Mike Pearsall.
It's 26 to 8. That's the latest news and sport.
Sport. Escape your pricey telcos. Switch to Amacium and save big on mobiles and home internet. Visit amacium.com.au and break free from your pricey telco.
Australian business. Hardworking, resilient and built on the back of Post-its, pens, printers and yes, even mouse pads. Now, thanks to CommBank Yellow for Business, eligible customers could win one of 50 $2,000 Officeworks vouchers. More rewards for your business? No doubt. Search CommBank Yellow for Business. Entries open 17/11/25 and end 8/12/25. For full T's and season eligibility criteria, visit commbank.com.au/yellow for business. New South Wales Authority number TP/03182, NTP/149966.
Traffic. Are you one of Australia's safest drivers? Test your safe driving skills now with the Amy app. T's and C's apply. Lucky you're with Amy.
A camper down a crash on Missenden Road near Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, and there's a fire truck involved in that. The Hugh motorway struggling northbound through Ingleburn onto the M5 in towards Moorebank towards Heathcote Road. M4 delay still outbound through Maze Hill out towards the Cumberland Highway. That's all left over from a crash earlier that was cleared. And citybound on the M4 slow from Collerton through to Prospect. At Blacktown, fallen wires on Richmond Road near the showground. Westbound remains closed from Balmoral Street. Out of the Langco Tunnel, heavy traffic for the Gore Hill Freeway heading into the city. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
Hey there, cat people. According to the Amy driving test, dog people were safer drivers than you in October. Time to get the claws out. Search Amy driving test for full T&Cs and compete in the app for a chance to win big.
Lucky you're with Amy.
Open to Aussie drivers 18 plus. Ends 9th Feb 26. Drawn in Sydney. Winners published online within 3 weeks. Draw date schedule in full T&Cs. ACTTP 25/01909 and New South Wales Authority number TP/04503.
G'day, MG back again. The New South Wales Government's Cheaper Home Batteries program is here and is helping households save thousands. PSC Energy, the team formerly known as Penrith Solar Centre, are helping unlock over 30% off a new home solar battery system and cutting years off your payback period. But demand has gone through the roof and stock is moving fast. So do not wait. Talk to PSC Energy today at pscenergy.com.au and take charge of your power and your savings.
Weather. Get solar and battery with no big upfront cost from Zalora, backed by Bunnings. T's and C's apply. See zalora.com.au for details.
Sunny, light winds becoming southwesterly 20 to 30 kilometres an hour. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 in the west. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow and Saturday, a possible shower Sunday. Right now in the city, it's 20 degrees, humidity 84%, 21 at Terry Hills, 20 at Penrith and Gosford, 19 in Bankstown. I'm Katie Fuller. There'll be more news at 8 on your news leader, Sydney's 2GB.
People you know. Opinions that matter. News you can trust. This is Breakfast with Ben Fordham on Sydney's 2GB.
Thank you for joining us. Because of the power outages, we have some schools that are not going to be opening today. We've told you about the King's School in Parramatta through Jason Morrison. I've also told you about Tom in Blacktown letting us know about a school being closed today involving his family. In fact, two schools. One is St John Viennese Primary in Doonside, the other St Andrew's College in Marryong. Andrew is about to tell me about another, I think, and if you can just let me know if any families, any parents, any students receive messages from their schools saying schools closed today, please let us know so we can spread the news far and wide. Otherwise, there are going to be people turning up and then discovering that school's not open. Andrew's on the line. Hello, Andrew.
Morning, Ben. How are you?
Good. Have you got another one?
Yeah, Rudy Hill High School's out today. Got a message at 6:45 this morning.
Rudy Hill High School closed.
Correct.
Good on you, mate. Just hang on there. We appreciate your help. I want to send you a voucher from our friends at Macca's. Wake up to McCafe's new blend. It's got a smoother, richer feel. You can grab yours at Macca's. So a Macca's voucher coming your way. Any other school closures because of the power outages, please let us know. You know the number. Phone now, 131873.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
The Premier has addressed a concerning issue that we revealed here on 2GB Breakfast yesterday. Chris Minns has questioned why a teen got bail after allegedly taking part in an attack on an Uber Eats delivery driver. We've shared the scary footage of the ambush in Penrith. What the hell, all right? 4 men on 3 motorbikes snuck up on an unsuspecting delivery driver. He was on a bike too. One of the thugs leaps off a moving scooter and crash tackles the poor driver onto the road. They steal his motorbike and ride off. And the daylight robbery is over in 11 seconds flat. Police managed to track down one of the teenagers allegedly involved. The 16-year-old was located with the stolen motorbike, the delivery driver's mobile phone, and a knife. As we revealed here yesterday, he was charged by police but then granted bail. Chris Minns wants to know why.
If they're being bailed into the community after that arrest, well, that's a concern because we've specifically introduced laws so that the public can feel safe and be safe.
So that was Chris Minns, and this morning we've got an update, and you're hearing about it here first. 2GB Breakfast can reveal that following further inquiries, the 16-year-old boy has had his charges upgraded by police. He's now had bail refused, and he's due to front Parramatta Children's Court today. So just repeating, the 16-year-old has now had his charges upgraded. He's been refused bail. Remember, this kid was initially granted bail after allegedly brutally attacking an innocent delivery driver, stealing his motorbike and his mobile phone, and carrying a knife when he was arrested by police. He should not have been given bail in the first place.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
And by the way, we're still looking for the other 3 thugs on the motorbike. So there are 3 more still out there, and I can assure you they will be caught. Steve's on the line. More school closures, Steve?
Hey, Ben. Blacktown Girls High School.
Blacktown Girls. When did they tell you that it's shut?
Probably about 40 minutes ago via email and text message.
What are you guys doing today to look after your daughter?
Well, lucky enough, my wife's got the day off, so it worked well for us.
Good on you. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate your help. Martin, you're receiving word as well of a school closure?
Yeah, St. Aidan's Primary School.
Oh, let me just see whether I can hear you again. Try saying that one more time.
St. Aidan's Primary School, Rudy Hill.
St. Aidan's in Rudy Hill. St. Aidan's in Rudy Hill. Thank you very much. I'm just keeping a bit of a list here so we can keep across all of this. St. Aidan's Primary, Rudy Hill. Who's up next? Hi, Nathan.
G'day, Ben. Bede Holding College at South Windsor is also closed.
When did you find out?
We found out last night, probably around about 8:30, just via email and text message saying that it wouldn't be open due to the power being off. There was no damage or anything, but just being told that the students shouldn't come in today.
Good on you. Are we sure it was the right idea by the power companies not to restore power yesterday? All because there was a total fire ban? Is that really a smart way of doing business in 2025? I mean, there was rain late yesterday. I suppose they say it's because of the heat. It wasn't the hottest day in history. We'll talk to the power companies after 8 o'clock. Daniel, you've got another one on the Central Coast.
Yeah, g'day, Ben. Central Coast Grammar School's closed. Trees down.
Who goes to Central Coast Grammar? You've got kids there?
Yep.
What are they going to be doing today?
Not a great deal of learning. Probably just mucking around and maybe going seeing their friends that are also at home.
Good luck to them. Thank you very much. So, Daniel reporting Central Coast Grammar is closed as well. Any other school closures?
Traffic. Win a share of $3 million instantly at checkout when you shop in store at Woolworths. Offer ends December 2nd. T's and C's and permits at woolworths.com.au.
Camperdown, a fire truck involved in a crash on Missenden Road. It's near RPA. The M4 citybound delays from Collerton into Eastern Creek, and westbound remains slow from Granville out past the Cumberland Highway. That's left over from a crash earlier. There is a broken down truck in the shoulder near Pitt Street. Hume Motorway, heavy traffic northbound through Ingleburn onto the M5 into Liverpool, and the Hume Highway through Casula and Liverpool, also heavy northbound up towards Elizabeth Drive. At Blacktown, fallen wires on Richmond Road, which is closed from Balmoral Street westbound. Southern Cross Drive, heavy from East Lakes. This is Will Bottom on 2GB.
Dad, are you okay?
Yeah, mate. Just having a flashback to the old Car City ads.
What's Car City?
What's Car City? Car City. Know that one?
No.
It's Car City on Carlisle Avenue, Minchinbury. You know the one. Car City. Selling cars for 35 years and now with better deals than ever. Up to 2,000 cars on site, over 12 acres and 3,000 cars online. All makes and models, new and used. There's easy off-street parking, even a cafe. At Car City, 591 Carlisle Avenue, Minchinbury.
Environment laws that don't stop new coal and gas are as useless as a glass door on a dunny.
Burning coal and gas fuels disasters, and Australia Institute research shows you are paying the price. If our environment laws don't stop fossil fuel expansion, they're useless.
Authorised by the Australia Institute, Canberra.
Happy birthday, honey.
It's not my birthday.
Just open it.
The Sleeping Duck Black Friday sale is now on.
What a gift! Buy 2 mattresses and save up to $539.
The Sleeping Duck Black Friday sale. Visit sleepingduck.com.
It's 7:45. For over a century, Citizen has been a pioneer in watchmaking. This is a brand that has spent 100 years focused on innovative technology and refining its in-house craftsmanship. So if you're looking for a timepiece that speaks precision, legacy and style, then have a look at the latest from Citizen. Like their impressive Atessa Blue Universe collection. The 2 limited edition models both feature a jet black dial with glittering accents inspired by stars sparkling in the silence of space. And then there's the Citizen limited edition series 831. It comes with the ice blue dial inspired by the ocean. Whatever you do, wherever you go, there's a Citizen to suit everyone. Citizen, watches that everyone, everywhere love.
Our Black Friday sale is on now at Hughes Menswear. Save up to 80% off famous brands. Yes, up to 80% off. Hughes Menswear, Upper Level Basil Plaza, making big blokes look their best for almost 50 years.
When you buy Australian made, you're choosing more than a product. You're supporting a stronger economy and creating local jobs, helping Australian families and communities thrive now and into the future. With every purchase, you support local workers, manufacturers and growers who produce world-class products renowned for their quality, safety and reliability. So look for the Australian-made green and gold kangaroo and buy Australian. Visit australianmade.com.au.
We live in an uncertain world where wealth comes in many forms: gold, silver, jewellery, crypto and cash. But where are your valuables stored? Are they truly safe? Think Authentic Safe. Located in Western Sydney, Authentic Safe provides state-of-the-art protection for your most valuable possessions. Whether it's long-term security or short-term storage while travelling. Whether secure car park, private loading bays, biometric access, 24/7 surveillance, armed response and bank-rated vaults. You'll enjoy premium protection and total privacy. Search AuthenticSafe.com.au and protect what's yours.
Renovation Kingdom's Black Friday sale, their biggest ever. Save up to 80% off in-store and online, plus an additional 15% store-wide. Fluted vanities from $440. All the big brands, Coroma, ADP, Mir, Nero, Fienza and more. Spend $4,000 for a chance to win a $1,000 Visa gift card. Must end midnight tomorrow. Search Renovation Kingdom, Tarrant Point and North Parramatta.
Ben Fordham Live. Beat the peak. Find the best route on Link's Trip Compare tool. Get to your destination quicker and safer with Transurban, operator of Link.
We've got a statement coming from Donald Trump about the two National Guardsmen who've been shot in Washington. He says the animal that shot the two National Guardsmen, with both being critically wounded and now in two separate hospitals, is also severely wounded, but regardless, will pay a very steep price. God bless our great National Guard, all of our military and law enforcement. They are truly great people. So, two National Guardsmen shot, and we believe that the gunman, who was described at one stage as an active shooter, has now been neutralised. 131873. Back to the power outages in Sydney. Andrew says just driving southbound from Sydney to Canberra, pulled in to get a coffee at Macca's. The entire left-hand side of the highway has no power. More messages coming through. I'll get to them in just a moment. And the list of school closures at this stage. First of all, the King's School at Parramatta, St Andrew's College at Mariong, St John B&E's Primary at Doonside, Rudy Hill High School, Blacktown Girls, St Aidan's Primary School in Rudy Hill, Central Coast Grammar, and Bede Paulding College in South Windsor. All closed today because of the power outages. If you've got more examples, please let us know.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
Let's change the pace for a minute and fire things up, because if you're an adrenaline junkie or you just like to see stupid blokes doing stupid things, you're going to want to watch this tonight on Channel 9. What's the best way to describe it? Top Gear on the water. It's called Top Knots. 5 hosts taking on insane challenges. They're coming face-to-face with bull sharks, battling raging rapids, and chasing world records. 2 of the hosts are joining us right now ahead of the premiere tonight, 8:30 on 9. First of all, Grant Denya's with us. Grant, good morning.
Lovely to be chatting with Australia's #1 radio broadcaster, Ben. Nice to hear your voice.
Lovely to talk to you. I thought you'd be too smart to get involved in something like this.
Well, I've had a few head injuries through motor racing accidents over the years, so maybe my judgment was off. No, but as it turns out, it was completely right. This show is hectic.
I'm told that you go 260 k's an hour in a powerboat.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is why it's Australia's hottest new adrenaline adventure series. I do like speed. An offshore powerboat, 2,000 horsepower. They said, there it is, jump in. And I was stupid enough to say, yes, okay. And spent most of the time looking at the sky as I was doing 260 kilometres an hour. It was terrifying. And just a sample of the nutcase things that we do many times in every single episode of Top Knots, Thursdays at 8:30.
I'm told by the producers that they just dreamt up crazy things and you guys said yes all the time.
Yeah, well, they were like, let's go over to New Zealand and we'll do one of the world's scariest rapids, which is called Man-Eater, which is beautifully described. However, you're going to go down it in a giant inflatable pink flamingo. So it's just places you should go doing things you really shouldn't.
We will be watching tonight, mate. You stay safe. There's Grant Denya, one of the other hosts and a friend of this show, Tom Williams, is on the line. G'day, Tommy.
Good morning, Fordo. Coming to you from the other side of the country. I'm in Perth right now.
Is the power on over there?
The power is on and the sun is shining with plenty of wind and conditions. No, it's lovely over here in the west.
Mate, they've got you big wave surfing on this show, I'm told, at Cloudbreak in Fiji.
That would be our fearless and ever brave big wave surfer Felicity Palmetier, who's a West Australian. Flick is the one who takes on Cloudbreak over in Fiji and absolutely dominates.
What have they got you doing?
Trying to keep the other 4 in line most of the time, Fordo. All of these hosts, Grant, Miguel, Rob Palmer, Felicity, they're wild. So there has to be a sensible side to any of these hosting positions, and that's the cap that I like to wear.
Great idea where they've come along and said, you know, Top Gear, we know how successful that's been. Why don't we just do it on water? But you know what they say, everything on water is harder and costs more, Tom.
Yeah, that's right. But it is a passion of Australians, and we know how much everybody loves the water and loves travel, and no matter what it is, whether it's a boat or a boogie board or some scuba gear or a sailing boat, a lot of Australians really love their marine life and leisure, and particularly at this time of year. So, no, it's good. It's a great concept, mate. It's got all of those elements to Top Gear. Lovable, likeable hosts, and the challenges and stunts will definitely put smiles on people's faces.
Okay, one spoiler. Who shows the most ticker?
I reckon Grant does, because he likes to really push it to the edge. He is a fearless guy, so I'm going to nominate Grant for that and Felicity second.
We'll be watching, mate. Great to talk to you as well. Tom Williams and Grant Denyer. It's on tonight. It's called Top Knots. Channel 9 tonight, 8:30.
Make your move at the BMW demo event. Discover exceptional offers across selected BMW demonstrator models. Ends November 30. Visit your local BMW dealership today.
At Blacktown, fallen wires and Richmond Road remains closed from Balmoral Street westbound. That's near the showground. Very heavy on the Great Western Highway through Minchinbury into Huntingwood, and also on the M4, which is slow from Collerton into Eastern Creek. We have delays on Parramatta Road through Granville. That's an understatement. It's hardly moving approaching James Roos Drive, queue back to Church Street. Heavy run through Ermington on Silverwater Road, southbound approaching the Silverwater Bridge. The Rye Bridge holding a lot of traffic and it's slow moving. And from the Lane Cove Tunnel, the freeway's heavy to North Sydney. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
Bunnings Black Friday range is so fun this year.
Grab a Mistral ice cream maker for only $119 or a 10-litre air fryer for just $79. While stocks last, availability varies by store. See website for details.
Bunnings Warehouse. You can rent a little, you can rent a lot.
Whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, you can rely on Red Spot to get you there. We're the all-Aussie family-owned car rental company in airports and cities across Australia, with a modern fleet and 100% local Aussie service. And because our overheads are lower than our global competitors, we pass the savings on to you. At Red Spot, lower prices and real savings come standard. redspot.com.au 1300 66 8810.
Red Spot.
Chris says, isn't Grant Denyer your cousin? I used to get you two mixed up 10 or more years ago. No relation, Chris, but I must admit a bloke once at the petrol station while I was filling up confused me for Grant Denyer. And I said, mate, I'm not that short. Don't miss the Chemist Warehouse Black Friday sale. It's on right now until Sunday. We love Chemist Warehouse, and they're giving you an extra 10% off the big brand store-wide. From now until Sunday, you get an extra 10% off on all of your favourite brands at Chemist Warehouse. Excludes prescriptions, other exclusions apply, but don't miss out. It starts today. Black Friday starts today, Thursday, November 27 at Chemist Warehouse. Remember, in addition to visiting, you can order online, click and collect to save time, choose fast delivery if you wish. T's and C's and charges may apply. Hurry! The Chemist Warehouse Black Friday sale ends Sunday, and it starts now. Chemist Warehouse, where you get the great savings every single day.
At Citizen, we don't chase time, we command it. For over a century, we've built the future in-house. And now, we present the Citizen Atessa Blue Universe. 2 limited edition models, both featuring a jet black dial with glittering accents. Command the uncompromising precision of Citizen this Christmas. Watches that everyone, everywhere can love.
Hi, John Rocker here. At Sydney City Toyota, we specialise in vehicle fleets, offering tailored advice so you can get on with business. Search Sydney City Toyota Fleet for details. If you have a fleet, we need to meet. MD 53160.
So why does Jet Set Plumbing have over 5,000 five-star reviews? No call-out fees, fixed flat rates, a 100% workmanship guarantee, a 10% seniors discount, and we're open 7 days a week. A proudly 100% Australian family-owned and operated business, Jet Set Plumbing has taken Sydney by storm. Jet Set Plumbing, your drainage and hot water specialists. Gold medal Jet Set Plumbing for drainage and hot water service.
One call solves all.
Search Jet Set Plumbing today.
Ben Fordham Live. Listening to your favourite station is proudly interrupted by Macca's new Grinch meal, out now with one of 4 Grinchy sand globes to collect, only at Macca's.
What about this one? There's been a major payroll blunder. A New South Wales government agency has accidentally kept paying employees after they quit. How good would that be? Nearly 500 former workers have continued to receive paychecks. And we're not talking about a couple of bucks. 6 employees have been paid a total of $429,000. That's despite having finished their jobs. One worker pocketed checks for nearly 3 years after finishing up. That came to a total of more than $295,000. It's understood the mix-up occurred due to delays in notifying the relevant departments of terminations. The New South Wales Audit Office says the agency is taking responsible steps to recover the funds, and a review of the public service payroll has found employee expenses cost the state $50 billion this financial year, and this is projected to rise to $56 billion in 2028. So what happens if you pocketed the money? Are they now going to ask for it back?
A sports update. Kia dealer event is now on. All Kia demo vehicles, including Sorrento and Tasman, come with a gift card up to $2,000. T's and C's apply.
Take it away, Spiro.
Morning, Ben. We're just 7 days away from the second test. The day and night are under lights at the Gabba in Brisbane. Australia has taken an early lead over England 1-0 in the Ashes series, and the selectors for the Aussies will name their squad at some stage this week. It'll be today or tomorrow, and we're told they're considering a more aggressive approach to their batting lineup to rival the all-out bowling attack strategy which the English have decided to go with for this series. We saw it firsthand in Perth, and that'll continue. One of the options they're looking at is Mitchell Marsh, recalling him to the test side. That's according to a source with knowledge of confidential discussions. George Bailey, the chair of selectors, says he's got a game that could provide an injection, which just goes to show where his head is at. So watch this space. We might see Mitch Marsh make a cameo during the series. He played very well during the last Ashes in the UK. His form has been solid in the one-day and T20 format as well, which helps his chances. And what about England heading to Noosa for a holiday ahead of the second test? They're going to have a bit of a break, and time will tell whether that'll help them be in a better headspace or not. I don't think it's the right call this early on in the series. Maybe at the midway point it might be appropriate around Christmas
I think it's
time.
a good call. They need some sun.
Potentially.
Yeah, they need a tan. NRL clubs sending their players into the workforce.
The Parramatta Eels back at pre-season training, Ben, and this week the playing group has been sent out into the community to roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty, doing a bit of work. We're told some players did labouring, spending time jackhammering on work sites. The young gun Jordan Samrani had the high-vis vest on and the hard hat. Others spent time mowing lawns and cleaning up front yards, including the star forward Jermaine Hopgood. I love this idea. I think it's a great call from the coach, Jason Riles. Gives the players a bit of a reality check that people out there do it tough in the workforce, and it gives these players an insight into the very lucky position they're in, played to pay football, and more clubs should be doing this, I think, because it's great for the playing group ahead of a big season of rugby league to get out into the community and do some work.
Yeah, good idea. Thank you very much. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Ben.
There's Spiro. The power companies will be on straight after the news at 8, and we'll get the latest from them.
One night, 2 deaths. Alba Beach, death at the door. New 60 Minutes podcast out now. Sydney's 2GB 873.
It's 8 o'clock. Good morning, I'm Katie Fuller. More than 50,000 residents and business owners are without power in the wake of wild storms. Sasha Foote reports.
Traffic lights are out in multiple locations and schools have closed their doors after violent storms brought down trees onto power lines, knocking out power.
Neighbours, no one. No one's got anything that I can see.
Marilyn telling Ben Fordham even her water is out.
We don't have any water because our water pump's not working.
Ausgrid and Endeavour crews are working to restore electricity, but they say total fire ban restrictions are making it difficult.
Our automatic protection systems have had to be switched off.
The SES says the cleanup could take days after receiving more than 2,000 calls for help. In Sydney, Sasha Foote, 9 News.
2 members of the US National Guard have been shot just blocks away from the White House. Both troops have been confirmed dead after being rushed to hospital in a critical condition. A suspect is in custody. Ash is falling to the ground and flames are fanning out the windows of 7 burning apartment buildings in Hong Kong. At least 36 people have been killed in the massive inferno, including a firefighter. Almost 300 people remain unaccounted for. 3 people have been arrested for manslaughter in relation to the deadly blaze. Nationals MPs are making a last-ditch effort, urging Barnaby Joyce to stay in the tent. Mr Joyce is widely tipped to switch allegiance to rival party One Nation as early as today. His colleague Bridget McKenzie has told Today Mr Joyce could come to regret the move.
Barnaby's achieved a lot. He threw out pistol and boo. He's rewritten biosecurity laws. He's built a lot of stuff and he's protected small business, and you can't do that kind of stuff in One Nation. Only a party of government like the National Party is where you can actually achieve stuff.
More than 2/3 of teenagers say the cost of living is their top concern. Mission Australia has surveyed 17,000 people aged between 14 and 17. Mental health, climate change and homelessness were also ranked as important issues. Chief Executive Sharon Callister says the results are a sharp increase on last year's survey.
Sadly, it's also the highest result since 2010 when this question was first asked. It's a record we never wanted to see broken.
And multiple shots have been fired at a home in Tullawong. 2 residents were inside but have not been hurt. In finance, and just before the close, the Dow Jones is up 342 points, the Nasdaq up 195. One Aussie dollar is buying 65.17 US cents.
Finance. The Shocks Black Friday sale is now on with big savings on Shocks open-ear headphones. Visit shocks.com.au to find out more.
Minwoo Lee has had a hot start to the Australian PGA Championship at Royal Queensland. He's birdied 2 of his first 3 holes in Brisbane. Cameron Smith is 1 under par. New Sea Eagles skipper Tom Trbojevic has made a plea for Ruben Garrick to stick with the club. The point-scoring centre is being chased by the Roosters and Dragons for 2027. Turbo says he's hoping Manly can get Garrick re-signed.
I know he's entitled to whatever decision he wants, but I played with him for the past 6 or 7 years. He's a great person, great player and great bloke, and would love to keep him.
Half-time in the Champions League, Liverpool and PSV are level at 1-1, as are Arsenal and Bayern Munich and PSG and Tottenham. And India has slumped to its heaviest Test cricket defeat on home soil, losing by 408 runs against South Africa. The Proteas claim their series 2-0. That's sport. I'm Mike Pearsall.
It's 8:04. That's the latest. News and sport.
The latest sport on Sydney's 2GB. Tradies, Power Bay Gen 2 electric heat pumps are now available online only at Bunnings Warehouse.
You found it, the right home for your next chapter. But your current place isn't even on the market yet. And the thought of missing out, it's hard to shake. With Bridget, you don't have to wait. We help you unlock the equity in your current home so you can buy now, sell later. Bridget, trusted by over 17,000 mortgage brokers and thousands of Aussie homeowners. Speak with your broker or apply online at bridget.com.au.
Lending criteria, credit assessment, conditions, fees and charges apply.
Get what you really want this end of year with Ford Ranger Black Edition. Model year 26 from 55k drive away for ABN holders. Recommended price at participating dealers while stocks last.
At Banks Meadow, heavy queuing on Foreshore Road, eastbound approaching Botany Road. And from East Lakes to Moore Park, delays on Southern Cross Drive continue on to the Eastern Distributor and South Dowling Street northbound. Rosehill Interchange hardly moving. All approaches towards the Anzac Bridge, especially the M4 tunnel, and the M4 also slowed through Eastern Creek into Prospect Citybound. Got a lot of traffic southbound across the Ryde and Silverwater bridges. At Blacktown, fallen wires on Richmond Road westbound near the showground, and westbound lanes remain closed from Balmoral Street. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's traffic leader, 2GB.
This Christmas, elevate your lifestyle with a Clarendon home, packed with premium inclusions and smart upgrades. Select Miele or Smeg upgrades for your kitchen. Enjoy designer touches like Parisi tapware, frameless shower screens and indulgent freestanding baths. Clarendon's 7-star Basics commitment means lower energy bills and a more comfortable home. Discover what real luxury feels like. Visit Clarendon's display centres or clarendon.com.au. Offer ends 23 December 2025.
With NRMA Insurance, you could enjoy our multi-policy discount when you take out 2 or more eligible policies. NRMA Insurance, a help company. Discount applies in tiers based on the number of eligible policies. Maximum tier reached at 9 eligible policies. Visit nrma.com.au/customer-discounts for more info. Discount may be subject to minimum premiums. Always read the PDS. PDS and TMDs available from NRMA Insurance at nrma.com.au.
2GB weather. Rain, hail or shine, we'll be here to help when unexpected weather comes your way. NRMA Insurance, a help company.
Sunny, light winds becoming southwesterly, 20 to 30 kilometres an hour. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 in the west. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow and Saturday. A possible showers Sunday. Right now in the city, it's 21 degrees, humidity 74%, 22 at Terry Hills, Penrith and Gosford, 21 at Bankstown, 19 at Lucas Heights. I'm Katie Fuller. There'll be more news at 8:30 on your news leader, Sydney's 2GB.
This is Sydney's Best Breakfast with Ben Fordham on 2GB.
Thank you very much for joining us. We're being smashed with calls this morning because thousands of people across Sydney and beyond are without power still after storms yesterday. Some schools have been forced to close, including the King's School at Parramatta, St John's, Viennese Primary in Doonside, St Andrew's College in Marryong, Rooty Hill High, Blacktown Girls, St Aidan's Primary in Rooty Hill, Central Coast Grammar, Bede Paulding College in South Windsor. They're the ones that we're aware of. Ausgrid has 114 unplanned outages with about 17,000 people impacted. Endeavour has 333 outages, 33,000 customers still without power. Let's go to Simon Canning from Endeavour Energy. We'll also then check in with Ausgrid. Simon, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ben.
First things first, can you explain why you weren't able to restore power yesterday?
One of the big problems that we had yesterday was the fact that there was we had total fire ban conditions on. And as a result of that, the network is set to avoid the risk of sparking bushfires when lines are re-energised. And that means that our crews have to go out and manually check all the lines before we're able to put the power back on. It's a bit of the old way that we used to do it. We have a lot of technology these days that helps us do these things. But unfortunately, because of that, it's very much a step-by-step process that our crews have to go through for the safety of the community and also the safety of our workers who've been working all night to get homes restored. We have managed to restore about 27,000 customers over the course of a night. We've cancelled all our planned maintenance today, and we are also relocating crews from the South Coast to help support the repair efforts across Western Sydney. And we really do appreciate the patience of all of our customers in these obviously very challenging times.
Okay, is this something that's legislated, that you can't work on restoring power on a day where there's a total fire ban?
We can restore power, but there are certain things that we are unable to do because of the power of the total fire ban. It's legislated, and we obviously go very strongly with the advice of the RFS. Safety of the communities is paramount for everyone, and so we really do have to do this in a very stepped and staged way so that we don't run the risk of causing more problems.
Just explain to me the potential danger. What could go wrong in a situation like that when there's a total fire ban?
Well, when there's a total fire ban, if we have repaired a line and then we re-energise it, we send electricity through it, but we haven't gone through to manually check that there aren't branches sitting over the line, a tree that might be touching, something like that. When we re-energise it, obviously electricity causes heat. There's always the danger that it could spark and start a bushfire, and that's certainly something I don't think anybody wants.
Okay, so it's a safety-first approach. And tell me, when is the power going to be back on, Simon?
Look, I'd love to give you an absolute time, Ben. As I say, our crews are working flat out to get as many customers on as possible. We do have about 32,000 customers without power. I'd love to give them an absolute time, but we really do have to do this in a safe and staged way. And the best way to keep a track of when your power is likely to come back on is to go to Endeavour energy.com.au and check the outages website. And I'd also like to remind people that if you do see a downed power line, stay at least 8 metres away and call 131003 to report them.
Okay, but we're talking about tonight, the power being back on more likely for a lot of people as opposed to today.
Well, I can't give you, as I say, Ben, I'd love to give you an absolute time, but obviously this has been a very major storm event, and we're trying our best to get it on. We will have power on as quickly as we can, as safely as we can, but at this point I really can't give you an absolute time, but as quickly as we can is certainly what we're working on.
Thanks for your time, Simon.
My pleasure, Ben.
Simon Canning from Endeavour Energy, and Sam Sophie is on the line from Ausgrid, the group executive. Hi there, Sam.
Morning, Ben.
What's the update from you guys?
Yeah, so we had about 40,000 customers impacted by the storm that came across Endeavour's patch that you were just talking through and through into ours. Overnight and through yesterday evening, we got 23,000 of those customers back, so we're just under 17,000 at the moment. 2,300 of those are in the Sydney area, mainly in the DY area, and then sort of out into the Beecroft, Eastwood area, Pymble and St Ives around that, sort of some scattered outages around that. The major damage was up into the Central Coast and Newcastle, Maitland, Muswellbrook, Singleton areas. That's where the majority of customers are still out at the moment, about 14,500.
And are you guys in the same boat as Endeavour, that you just cannot work on certain things while there's a total fire ban?
Oh, we're always careful, especially when you get this level of storm coming through. We will make sure that we have physical eyes on things. So some of our feeders, especially up the Central Coast, west of the freeway, are in quite remote areas. So we will have people traverse that. Sometimes we'll use drones as well to get into the more difficult areas to make sure exactly what Simon was saying, that there are no trees contacting the mains before we re-energise. Especially on total fire ban days and with the bushfire risk as well.
Okay, we can all hope for the best but prepare for the worst, and some people will get their power back today. Others will be waiting for tonight based on what we're hearing. We appreciate your time, Sam. Thank you.
Thanks, Ben.
Sam Sophie, Group Executive at Ausgrid. 131873 is our number.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
Well, common sense has prevailed at the world's strongest woman competition. It's been rocked by scandal. The American competitor Jamie Brooker has now been stripped of the title because Jamie was born a man. The official strongman games say they had no idea the competitor was transgender, even though other competitors knew. They say it appears that an athlete who's biological male and who now identifies as female competed in the women's open category. Official strongman officials were unaware of this fact ahead of the competition. Had we been aware, the athlete would not have been permitted to compete. We are clear competitors can only compete in the category for the biological sex recorded at birth. And the backflip has happened within the space of 48 hours. The games include contests across multiple weight and age classifications. More than 400 athletes from 40 countries took part this year. And at first, Jamie Brooker was crowned the champion in the female category. But it didn't take long for that to be reversed, because it was later discovered Jamie was born male. The UK lifter Andrea Thompson has now been crowned the winner after initially coming in second. Andrea was seen rolling her eyes as Jamie stood on the first place podium, and in the footage from the award ceremony you can see her mouthing the words, "This is BS." In an emotional statement, Andrea Thompson now says, "This has been the most exhausting experience of my career. What should have been a momentous occasion has sadly been overshadowed by a scandal and dishonesty from someone who was welcomed into our crazy sport. I'm not only frustrated with not being able to celebrate a win, but also I'm sad for the ladies who had their time to shine on the podium taken away from them." Aussie strong woman Illyria Joy Cowley has also been bumped up into second place. She says, "I'm holding a third place trophy in every single photo, so let's just pretend it's silver." So that just underlines the point of how unfair it is when male-born athletes are allowed to compete against women. And the other competitors knew what was going on, but the organisers did not.
2GB Sydney traffic. Bob Jane T-Marts won't be beaten with their best tyre price guarantee. Bob Jane T-Marts, they'll look after you.
Blacktown delays on Sunnyholt Road southbound approaching Main Street. We have Richmond Road through Blacktown remaining closed from Balmoral Street westbound. That's with fallen wires near the showground. Multiple traffic lights out nearby, including through Marryong along Davis Road. Also on Lytton Street at McCulloch Road. Those ones have police directing traffic. And through Plumpton, there's lights out too. Jersey Road at Hyatts Road. Be careful there. Give way in all directions. Delays on the approach to the Harbour Bridge northbound on the Western Distributor. Kingsgrove, a breakdown on Bexley Road. This is Will Bottom on 2GB.
School zone speed limits are now in force. Get summer ready and call in the experts from the Flower Power Garden Care Team to enjoy your beautiful garden without the work. This is Ben Fordham Live on Sydney's 2GB for Red Energy. Find out why Red Energy is CanStar Blue's most awarded energy provider. Give their Aussie-based team a call on 131 806.
The wait is over. The big Lazy Boy Black Friday sale is on now. For a limited time only, save 20 to 50% across our entire Lazy Boy range. The world's most trusted recliner brand, bringing you the world's best comfort at unbeatable value. Favourites like the Oakland and Derby recliners are both half price. Plus, there's amazing deals on power sofas and more. Don't miss out. Hurry into your nearest Lazy Boy store today. Comfort and savings this big won't last.
On the text line, Rob says, I'm a competitive powerlifter and completely agree with this overruling. Biological sex is the obvious way to go, especially with a strength sport. And Matt says they should have a transgender category at the Olympics. It'd be a great watch. Whatever floats your boat, Matt. The new midweek and weekly specials have arrived at Harris Farm Market. So what have we got this week? Stock up on imperfect apricots, new season, sweet eating fruit, now just $4.99 a kilo. And all of a sudden I feel like apricots. Big weekly specials continue with the new 1 litre HFM kombucha range, now $5.99 each. That's a saving of $2. A refreshing taste, and it's good for your gut. And the festive cheers have started at Harris Farm with Spring Grove smoked bone-in leg ham, $9.99 a kilo. That's hard to beat. These deals and more are available right now at Harris Farm Markets. Where are they? All over the shop. Potts Point, Broadway, Redfern, Marrickville, Drummoyne, Leichhardt, Bondi, Randwick, Rose Bay, Manly, Willoughby, Baronia Park, Mossman and Camaray. harrisfarm.com.au.
If you've got pain, be it back pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, any kind of pain, or you just want to make sure that your bed is properly supporting you, physiobedfitting.com. Write that down, one word, physiobedfitting.com. Because your physiotherapist can now custom fit your bed to suit your body using a system developed by a neurosurgeon. It's the kind of breakthrough that could change how we think about sleep and pain. Speak with your physiotherapist and find out more at physiobedfitting.com today.
Alto Castle Hill is now open. It's your new home for Audi, GWM and Geely in the Hills District. For sales, service and parts. Come into Alto Castle Hill and visit our brand new state-of-the-art showroom today. The grand opening offers are exceptional. Alto Castle Hill is conveniently located at 11 Hudson Avenue, Castle Hill. Get there and experience the Alto difference today. At Alto, everything we do is driven by you.
MD 098711.
Ben Fordham Live. Find out why Red Energy is CanStar Blue's most awarded energy provider. Give their Aussie-based team a call on 131 806.
It's 8:20. Transurban's traffic team tell us drivers are saving up to 48 minutes right now using WestConnex from Parramatta to Sydney Airport. So it's a good morning to be using WestConnex. Quicker, safer trips with Transurban. And we love WestConnex. Plus NorthConnex. I used NorthConnex this week. You forget what it used to be like. I was heading up the coast earlier this week, and you forget how long it used to take before NorthConnex. 131873 if you'd like to join us. Humidity 85% at the moment. Warm and sunny, light winds. 21 degrees on the coast and in Sydney's west. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 for Western Sydney.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
We've received an email from a very concerned parent. Hi, Ben. I'm not really one to reach out for help or assistance, and I'm used to getting things sorted out by myself. However, my wife and I are at a dead end. We're not sure what else we can do. Our eldest daughter has an old TikTok account that she opened a couple of years ago, and she now wants to shut down. She's forgotten the password, did not link a mobile number to it, and doesn't remember the email address for it. We've tried retrieving the email address used to create the account. However, it's been deactivated. We've emailed TikTok numerous times to try to get it resolved. However, we just keep getting AI-generated emails which don't help. Ben, my daughter posted some content and expressed some views which she now regrets. She just wants the account deleted. My daughter suffers from severe anxiety. I can't put into words how stressful this is for her and for us. She has nights where she won't sleep. She's worried that this account is going to be online forever. Now, we've asked that dad whether he'd like to talk on air about it, but it's just too sensitive. So we've enlisted the help of Trevor Long, our tech expert from EFTM.com, and he's on the line right now. Trev, good morning to you.
Morning, Ben.
Haven't heard of this one before, so we hear about people posting things that they regret and being caught out over it or deleting it, but she wants to delete, she can't delete.
Yeah, and it's a fascinating one because obviously we're all sitting here thinking a young girl, young boy, doesn't matter, that wants to kind of erase something they did is what we want. We want them to, think about those things. And also, it's tragically a reminder for everyone listening, especially parents who should be talking to their kids about this, that everything is online forever. So it's a lesson about social media. We do need to worry about what we say. We do need to think about what we say for prospective friendships and employment. So, that's the reason it's important to have this conversation. When I look at this, though, Ben, this is a tough one because this is in terms of retrieving an account, getting back in, you've got to look at this from, say, my perspective. Let's say, my TikTok account. I don't want you, Ben, to be able to get into my account and delete it. So what is in place is a whole range of security that says, what's the mobile number associated? What was the old password? What's the email address? So the difficulty people have in retrieving old accounts from, years ago, whether it's social media or otherwise, is it's the companies, and it doesn't matter if it's TikTok or Instagram or whoever, trying to protect their existing users from being hacked and having their accounts compromised or deleted. So the hoops that this family's having to go through are legitimate. I really can't fault them. It's just terrible that they've got this, emotional toll based on this one simple account that a child set up.
And of course, TikTok would be receiving millions of messages a month, and they wouldn't be going through all of them in detail. Thankfully, you know some people at the social media company. What have you managed to do?
Yeah, look, the first thing they did was ask me about what was a link. And I said, look, there was no mobile number linked because that's the critical thing. And again, a lesson for people, always link your mobile number because what that does is turns on an additional layer of security called two-factor authentication. You can also link your accounts to other friends. So you can actually have on TikTok, you can have other friends linked that you trust so that if you do lose your password, you can get them back. But the good news is we reached out to TikTok and they were able to verify and validate the account through a lot of information that the fathers had to provide. And I can tell you this morning, Ben, the account has been deleted.
You've waved your magic wand. I really appreciate it, Trevor. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Trevor Long from EFTM.com. And the dad says, all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you. About an hour ago, I saw the happiest and most relieved look on my daughter's face that I've seen in a long time. She looked like she'd seen a ghost, and she said, Dad, the TikTok account is gone. Our daughter went off to bed last night with a weight off her shoulders. We cannot put into words how much this means and how grateful we are that you've helped us.
2GB Sydney traffic thanks to Red Spot. When your car is off the road, you can rely on Red Spot to keep you moving. redspot.com.au.
At Blacktown, Fallen Wires and Richmond Road westbound remains closed from Balmoral Street near the showground. We've got multiple traffic lights out in surrounding suburbs, including through Marryong, the intersection of Breakfast Road and Quakers Road. And there's now been a crash there in the last few minutes. There's a truck and car involved. Also lights out on Richmond Road. There's some out on Lytton Street at McCulloch Road and through Oakhurst, lights out Hyatts Road and Jersey Road. At Kingsgrove, a breakdown on Bexley Road northbound at Angus Street, and a crash on the M4 approaching the tunnel. It's only just happened. It's at Homebush.
You're listening to Ben Fordham Live thanks to Chemist Warehouse Black Friday sale on now. Get an extra 10% off store-wide on your favourite brands. 4 days only, excludes prescriptions. Other exclusions apply. In-store or online at Chemist Warehouse.
Hey, The little treat you deserve is at McCafe.
What?
The little treat you deserve is at McCafe.
Oh, I know. I've got the iced strawberry matcha latte.
From McCafe?
Yeah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Available at participating restaurants. Limited time only while stocks last.
I've found Homemade takes the stress out of managing home care services.
Hi, how may I help?
And with their lower rates, they make quality aged care affordable, which is why they're Australia's best value home care. Search Homemade support today.
Ozcar's $3,000 marathon is on right now, and the best part of all is you get to choose. Buy a car from Ozcar and the choice is yours. Do you want $3,000 cash back, $3,000 extra trade, $3,000 extra discount, or $3,000 worth of extra accessories from Oz Off-Road? Choose from over 3,000 cars, all the best makes and models from one of the 21 dealerships. Plus, all vehicles come with 3-year warranty and 3-year roadside assistance. Don't miss out. Ozcar's $3,000 marathon ends next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Go to the website, ozcar.com.au. Give them a call before you go, 13 Ozcar, 136922, MD 17025. See online for terms and conditions. The website again, ozcar.com.au. Call them on 136922 Ozcar.
You hear Blake Went from Pretzel Financial Planning each week on 2GB. Now book your one-on-one appointment to get his genuine advice on super investment and retirement planning. See pretzelwealth.com.au, AFSL 238429.
What matters to me is seeing Nan happy.
What matters to me is knowing Mum's getting the support she needs.
What matters to me is living in my own home.
At Catholic Healthcare, what matters to you matters to us. That's why our compassionate team is here to support your independence at home. Whether it's help with getting to appointments, meal preparation, or enjoying a day out, we can design a personalised home care plan so you can keep living life on your terms. Catholic Healthcare. Let's embrace ageing together. Visit catholichealthcare.com.au.
You're listening to Ben Fordham Live for Dental Boutique, home to general and cosmetic dentistry, Sydney CBD and Chatswood. Book online at dentalboutique.com.au.
There's been a crash involving a truck and a car. It's on Breakfast Road at Quakers Road. The traffic lights at that intersection are blacked out because of the power outages. So there are others in the area in the same predicament. So be careful at intersections. Give way in all directions. A crash involving a truck and a car, Breakfast Road, Quakers Road. 131873, the open line number. Ben at 2gb.com if you'd like to send an email. And you can text 0460 873 873. That's at Mariong, the truck involving the truck and the car. Now it's time to check in on the New South Wales politician Mark Latham, whose life is filled with drama. Whenever his name appears in the news these days, Mark Latham, it's more than likely going to be about his personal life than his professional one. So what's the latest? It's hard to keep up. There's been a fresh court delay following the dramatic arrest of Mark Latham's ex-partner. Natalie Matthews was apprehended over allegations she shared an intimate image without consent, which is serious. She pleaded guilty to 3 charges, but her case has now been pushed back. Her lawyer, Daniel Waken, has successfully pushed for an adjournment to consider new evidence. The case will be back before the courts on the 5th of February, and ever since Mr. Latham and Ms. Matthews broke up, their dirty laundry has been aired in public. Claims and counterclaims, and the drama continues. Our number 131873. You're listening to Ben Fordham on 2GB. We've got the 8:30 news coming up, and it's time to back a true blue Aussie energy company, redenergy.com.au. This is your cue to call if you want to win a Christmas tree. Phone now. 1300 722 873, and good luck. You could be the winner right now.
2GB on your phone. That's a smart move. Download the app now. Sydney's 2GB 873.
It's 8:30. Good morning. I'm Katie Fuller. Energy crews are working to restore power to more than 50,000 homes and businesses in the wake of wild storms. Traffic lights are out in multiple locations and some schools have been forced shut for the day. Endeavour Energy's Simon Canning has told Ben Fordham total fire bans are delaying the process of getting electricity restored because crews need to manually check there are no branches or fallen trees sitting over power lines.
When we re-energise it, obviously electricity causes heat. There's always the danger that it could spark and start a bushfire.
Opposition leader Susan Lee has signalled she's unlikely to support a further round of energy rebates costing more than $5 billion. The Albanese government, along with their state counterparts, introduced a suite of subsidies in a bid to lower the cost of electricity. But as those rebates wind back, power prices are heading back up, contributing to a spike in the nation's inflation rate. The federal government has reached a deal with the Greens to pass Labor's environment reforms. The legislation will streamline the approval process for housing, energy and mining projects. The opposition believes the changes are still onerous for business and could stifle investment. But Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says the reforms strike the right balance.
This is a landmark day for the environment in this country. It is also a good day for business in this country by providing more certainty, reducing delays and making sure that we get better outcomes and improved productivity.
Extreme temperatures are hampering rescue efforts in a high-rise inferno in Hong Kong. At least 36 people have been killed and nearly 300 are unaccounted for. 3 men have been arrested for manslaughter in relation to the blaze. CNN reporter Ivan Watson is there. He says hundreds of firefighters are struggling to get to those on the upper floors.
They say that the temperatures are just too scorching hot for the emergency personnel to go up to them, and they've urged people to sit tight, to put wet towels and tape around their doors.
A 16-year-old boy accused of tackling a delivery driver before stealing his bike in Penrith has had his charges upgraded. The teenager has been refused bail and is due to appear in court today. And West Virginia's governor says the condition of 2 National Guard troops is unclear after previously saying they died from gunshot wounds. In finance, the Dow Jones has closed up 314 points, the Nasdaq up 189. The Aussie dollar is buying 65 US cents.
Finance. Your business is great, but does the internet know that? Zeal Digital makes sure that it does. More eyeballs, more clicks, more ka-ching.
Embattled Test veteran Usman Khawaja is receiving support from the man who could eventually take his place in the Australian team. Informed Queensland opener Matt Renshaw explaining why selectors should stick with Khawaja for the second Ashes Test despite his modest form.
Because he's got an average over 40 in Test cricket. He's played 85 games. He's one of our best batters. I just think, yeah, he's one of the best cricketers Australia's ever produced.
India has slumped to a 2-0 series loss at home to South Africa, thrashed by 408 runs in their second test. Minwoo Lee, Cameron Smith and Elvis Smiley are all away to good starts at the PGA Championships in Brisbane, 1 under par midway through their first 9s. Nearly 2 million tickets have already been sold for next year's FIFA World Cup to be played in North America. That's sport. I'm Mike Pearsall.
It's 26 to 9. That's the latest news and sport.
Harvey Norman Black Friday. Stores open 8 a.m. tomorrow. Shop TVs, fridges, laptops, mobiles, furniture, bedding and more. Harvey Norman Black Friday. Stores open 8 till 8 tomorrow.
Australian business. Hardworking, resilient and built on the back of post-its, pens, printers and yes, even mouse pads. Now, thanks to CommBank Yellow for Business, eligible customers could win one of 50 $2,000 Officeworks vouchers. More rewards for your business, no doubt. Search CommBank Yellow for Business. Entries open 17/11/25 and end 8/12/25. For full T's and C's and eligibility criteria, visit commbank.com.au/yellow for business. New South Wales Authority number TP/03182, NTP/144966.
Traffic. Last Thursday morning peak, drivers travelling on the M7 saved an average of 39 minutes from Campbelltown to Eastern Creek. Quicker trips with Transurban, operator of Link.
Homebush, a 3-vehicle crash on the M4 City Bounce past Homebush Bay Drive getting into the tunnel, and it's got heavy traffic from near James Ruse Drive. Wentworthville, the Cumberland Highway crawling southbound towards the Great Western Highway and the M4. At Huntingwood, coming out of Arndell Park, delays on Doonside Road past Holbeck Road approaching the Great Western. Also Blacktown, fallen wires on Richmond Road, which is closed westbound near the showground from Balmoral Street. A report of faulty traffic lights through Blacktown on Sunnyholt Road, and also Marryong, a truck and car crash, Breakfast Road and Quakers Road. I'm Will Bottom on 2GB.
Hello,
This is Julie Andrews, and I'm thrilled that My Fair Lady is returning to the Sydney Opera House, celebrating 70 years since its Broadway debut. Directed by Karen Johnson Mortimer, this production brings glorious music, unforgettable characters, and timeless wit and charm.
My Fair Lady, the perfect musical, at the Sydney Opera House from September. Book at myfairladythemusical.com.au.
G'day, MG, back again. The New South Wales Government's Cheaper Home Batteries program is here and is helping households save thousands. PSC Energy, the team formerly known as Penrith Solar Centre, are helping unlock over 30% off a new home solar battery system and cutting years off your payback period. But demand has gone through the roof and stock is moving fast. So do not wait. Talk to PSC Energy today at pscenergy.com.au and take charge of your power and your savings.
Weather. Get solar and battery with no big upfront cost from Zalora, backed by Bunnings. T's and C's apply. See zalora.com.au for details.
Sunny, light winds becoming southwesterly, 20 to 30 kilometres an hour. A top of 31 on the coast, 33 in the west. Looking ahead, partly cloudy tomorrow and Saturday, a possible shower on Sunday. Right now in the city, it's 22 degrees, humidity 64%, 24 at Penrith and Gosford, 23 at Terry Hills and Bankstown. I'm Katie Fuller. There will be more news at 9 on your news leader, Sydney's 2GB.
Bringing you the best at breakfast. This is Ben Fordham Live on Sydney's 2GB.
131873, the open line number. Just a reminder about signing up for our 2GB alerts. If you haven't done that through your mobile phone, you can do it. You go into settings and just follow all of the prompts and just sign up to be first to know about breaking news here on 2GB. So that's the way to do it, and that way you can be part of the 2GB VIP club. And we're just getting word of a situation that's unfolding at the moment that we're not ready to talk about on air just yet because we're firming up the details. But as soon as we can, we will let you know. And one of those alerts will be going out. So we're just doing a little bit of digging at the moment, but we do have word that a story of significance is about to break, and it'll be broken here on 2GB Breakfast. It's coming up in the next 20 minutes.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
Our number 131873. A baby-faced teenager has broken down in court after being charged with murder. He's the second 15-year-old charged over the incident in Rouse Hill, which saw a 17-year-old lose his life. The 15-year-old did not apply for bail and will remain in custody. His parents sat in the back of the courtroom while his case was being heard. The boy broke down when he saw them. Witnesses say he wiped away tears with his jumper. His case will be back in court early next year, which means he'll be spending Christmas behind bars. Magistrate Megan Haywood has told the court the process is not going to be quick. We've adjourned the matter because police need time to gather their evidence. The boy reportedly waved at his parents as he was taken away. According to the Sydney Morning Herald, the boy's parents will need a Korean interpreter for the proceedings. We're also learning more about the fatal stabbing attack. Police allege it was unprovoked, but it's believed the victim and the alleged offenders are known to each other. It's also alleged that the first teenager charged had been wearing a balaclava at the time. Police Superintendent Naomi Moore has confirmed that 6 people were present at the time. They are cooperating with police. She says this was not a random attack. We are still working through the circumstances of how they came to be there and the strategy that occurred. So that's the latest on the terrible stabbing in Rouse Hill that saw a 17-year-old lose his life. It's 20 minutes to 9. Police are investigating a bomb threat made to a Sydney church. It's happened just days before a controversial Chinese film is set to be screened. The place of worship is the St John's the Evangelist Church in Campbelltown. A note from an unknown person demanded an upcoming film screening be cancelled. It reads, "A bomb has been placed in the church. If the event is not cancelled by tomorrow night and a statement is not made online, the bomb will be detonated." So what's the movie all about? It's about organ harvesting, and the Chinese Communist Party wants it banned. Film promoter Lucy Zhao says, "We are shocked and surprised and concerned to receive such a bomb threat. We believe that such a bomb threat must be coming from the Chinese Communist Party and or their agents. Police have told the Daily Telegraph there's no ongoing threat to the community and the event is going ahead as planned. And what do you make of this? There's a fight over flowers in the heart of Sydney. The City of Sydney Council has splashed almost $20 million on planter boxes for the CBD. They've paid $19.6 million to a business called Citywide Service Solutions. The Melbourne-based company, I don't know why we need to be hiring someone from interstate, installs mobile planter boxes in high pedestrian areas. Look, I've got to say they look beautiful. The contract is one of the most expensive entered into by any New South Wales council in the last year. And the council is now spending more money on flowers than other programs involving social and community grants. The Greens councillor Matthew Thompson says the plants beautify our city, but they're also temporary. He's told the Sydney Morning Herald they're not helping people in need. The Sydney Lord Mayor Clover Moore has defended the spend. She says it brings a lot of joy to people and dramatically improves the sometimes harsh environment of the city. It's a lot of money, and I'm no expert on how much flowers are supposed to cost for a big installation like that, but I think you need things like that in the heart of a city. It doesn't matter whether it's London or New York or Sydney. You've got to make an effort. We've got breaking news, significant breaking news coming up after this.
Traffic. The Shocks Black Friday sale is now on with big savings on Shocks open-ear headphones. Visit shocks.com.au to find out more.
Crash at Ashfield, 2 cars on Parramatta Road westbound at the Hume Highway. It has 2 lanes closed, some really heavy traffic, which is queued back near Tebbit Street through Leichhardt. The M4 just reopened lanes at Homebush after a crash approaching the entrance to the tunnel, but there's standstill traffic from James Roos Drive and heavy on James Roos Drive from North Parramatta into Rose Hill southbound. At Blacktown, fallen wires on Richmond Road. It's closed westbound from Balmoral Street. Mariong, crash, truck and car, the corner of Breakfast Road and Quakers Road. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's 2GB.
Get business ready for the busy period with same-day printing at Officeworks. And now you can save 5% on all same-day printing with Officeworks for Business. Order online or at select stores by 2 p.m. today and collect same day. T's and C's and exclusions apply.
Chemist Warehouse are having a massive Black Friday sale. Hurry in this Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. It's time to stock up on your makeup. Whether it's lippy or mascara, Maybelline has you covered with cosmetics half price off RRP. And half price off RRP for L'Oreal Paris to build your look. There's half price off RRP on the MCO Beauty range, plus half price off RRP on Revlon Cosmetics. 4 days only. Hurry in to grab a bargain and save. Sale ends November 30. Exclusions apply. Chemist Warehouse. Great savings this Black Friday.
I've had chronic back pain for over 20 years. My physio has helped me so much over the years, so when they suggested they could also help with my sleep, I was totally on board. They assessed my posture, fitted my bed and pillow to my body, and it was honestly life-changing. I wake up in less pain, I'm moving better, and I finally feel like I'm getting real rest.
Better sleep can change your life too. Speak with your physiotherapist and find out more at physiobedfitting.com.
Breaking news coming up in just a moment. We're just shoring up the details at the moment. We all need to rent a car, a truck, a van or a ute at some stage. You could be moving, maybe the car's broken down. You could be on holidays or travelling for work. You know that Red Spot will look after you. Red Spot Car Rental. Next time you need a rental, rely on Red Spot. You'll find them in cities and airports all over Australia because they're locally owned and operated. They've got lower overheads, so they pass the savings on to you. And they've got the perfect ride, whatever you want to do. A huge fleet of vehicles, small cars to trucks and utes. The average age, just 6 months. Next time you need a rental, redspot.com.au or phone 1300 66 88 10.
Meet Andy.
Hey there.
Like you, she's heard me reveal some of the games banks are playing with your savings.
Sneaky fees, hidden clauses.
The difference is she made the switch to a game-changing Macquarie savings account with all gains and no gotchas.
Great rates. And I can access my money anytime without losing interest. That is more than I can say about my old bank.
She's actually earning interest on her savings.
Yeah, I am.
Open a Macquarie account in minutes and you too can say,
I bank with Macquarie.
Your savings game changer.
Let's go.
T's and C's apply.
The wait is over. The big Lazy Boy Black Friday sale is on now. For a limited time only, save 20 to 50% across our entire Lazy Boy range. the world's most trusted recliner brand, bringing you the world's best comfort at unbeatable value. Favourites like the Oakland and Derby recliners are both half price. Plus, there's amazing deals on power sofas and more. Don't miss out. Hurry into your nearest Lazy Boy store today. Comfort and savings this big won't last.
Ben Fordham Live. Need to save time? Check out the linked Trip Compare tool and you could get some back in your day. Transurban, operator of Linked.
I'm very sorry to be reporting this news, but we've just received it and we're just confirming the details now, and you are hearing about it here first. There has been a fatal shark attack in New South Wales. A woman has been killed and a man is seriously injured. It happened at about 6:30 this morning, based on the information that we're receiving. A fatal shark attack. It's happened on the mid-north coast of New South Wales, near Diamond Head. I believe it's Kylie's Beach, which is in the Crowdy Bay National Park. 6:30 this morning, a shark attack. A woman has lost her life. A man has been seriously injured. I believe he's aged in his 20s. And our information is that he's been taken to John Hunter Hospital. Stephen Pearce is the boss of Surf Lifesaving New South Wales, and we've just called him, and I don't know how much he knows, but we'll see right now. Stephen, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ben.
Absolutely tragic news coming from the mid-north coast.
Yeah, look, it is. And all the details are still a little bit sparse at the moment. But as you said, the information that we have, and we've got our surf lifesavers on scene up there now with all the other emergency services. But yeah, tragically, one young female has been fatally killed by a shark, and there's another male that's been flown to hospital. The Department of Prime Industries are sending all their teams up there now, and it is quite remote, the location. As we are setting up all our drone surveillance teams to support DPI and police who will be coordinating that scene. But, yeah, at the moment, the details are still coming through, Ben, but just really, really terrible incident.
Yeah, not only for the family of the woman who's been killed and also the man who's been injured, but you'd know through your previous experiences, Stephen Pearce, as the boss of Surf Lifesaving, that also very traumatic for all of the people, whether they're surf lifesavers or ambos or members of the public who happen to be there at the time. It'll stay with them forever.
Yeah, look, these incidents are horrific for everyone, and unfortunately, we've had a few this year already. This area is so remote. There's no lifeguarding services up there at all, and my understanding is the reports came through to the police by 000 in the first instance. So, we're just waiting to get some more intel up there from our people on the scene, and they'll just be there working all day supporting, again, the Department of Prime Industries and police on scene.
We're thinking of all of those people dealing with this at the moment. Stephen, thanks for joining us.
No, thanks, Ben.
Stephen Pearce from Surf Lifesaving. So it was a 000 call that alerted authorities at about 6:30 this morning. A woman is dead. A man has been seriously injured. He's at John Hunter Hospital in Newcastle. A fatal shark attack at Kylie's Beach on the mid-north coast near Diamond Head at Crowdy Bay National Park. The most recent fatal shark attack happened here in Sydney in early September, DY Beach on Sydney's northern beaches. And on that occasion, 57-year-old Mercury Salakis passed away after being attacked by a shark at Longreef. We're thinking of the family of the woman who has been killed in this fatal shark attack. And we're also praying for the man aged in his 20s that he's going to pull through. No doubt this breaking news will continue during mornings with Mark Levy. Mark, I didn't see that one coming, but it's one of those stories. They come out of the blue and you just stop and think how lucky people are, I suppose, when they go swimming all of the time around this great country, that this doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ben, and to your listeners. Terrible tragedy. I just sent a text message to a mate who lives up in that part of the world, and he said there's actually a really popular campground right next to Kylie's Beach. So whether it's a camper, I mean, this will all sort of develop as the day unfolds. But we've got the most beautiful beaches and waterways in the world, and people want to take advantage of that. But we know when we enter the water that there are sharks there are these sea life out there that can take us, which we've seen in the past. So you're right. Our thoughts are with the family of this young woman, and let's hope this young bloke in his 20s is going to be okay as well.
What's coming up?
We're going to catch up with Sarah McDonald today. We'll have a Thursday. She'll lighten the mood for us. And I've spent a bit of time talking about this train surfing, which has become a thing with young people. And I'm glad the New South Wales government's doing something about this. The Transport Minister, John Graham, will join us as well.
We'll be listening.
Thanks, Benny.
Mark Levy coming up. Just repeating the breaking news that we've shared here on 2GB Breakfast. It's not the news we want to share. There's been a fatal shark attack on the mid-north coast of New South Wales. A woman has been killed. A man we believe to be in his 20s is seriously injured. He's in John Hunter Hospital in Newcastle. You're listening to Ben Fordham on 2GB. It's 10 to 9.
Traffic. This festive season, make Glass Brasserie the backdrop to your end-of-year celebrations. Book now at glassbrasserie.com.au.
At Rouse Hill, Windsor Road, struggling southbound approaching Myland Road. Delays are back past Annangrove Road and just hardly moving. At Thornlea, a crash that's only just happened affecting the Esplanade. At Blacktown, fallen wires, and Richmond Road near the showground remains closed westbound from Balmoral Street. Very heavy on the M4 citybound from Eastern Creek into Prospect and still through Granville past James Ridge Drive. That's left over traffic from a crash earlier. At Ashfield, delays with the two-car accident on Parramatta Road outbound approaching the Hume Highway. This is Will Bottom on Sydney's traffic leader, 2GB.
You're listening to Ben Fordham Live thanks to Chemist Warehouse Black Friday sale on now. Get an extra 10% off store-wide on your favourite brands. 4 days only, excludes prescriptions. Other exclusions apply. In-store or online at Chemist Warehouse.
The secret for the best marine mattresses? Support, natural fiber, comfort and ventilation. At Rockdale Mattress Factory, every marine mattress is handcrafted with this formula. Visit us at 56 Fairford Road, Padstow.
Amazon Australia is working hard every day to help Aussie small business grow. More than 60% of Amazon sales come from independent sellers globally, like Aussie Small Business, Sneaker Laundry and Nike, who partner with Amazon to reach new customers online. Let's help Aussie businesses keep growing.
You can rent a little, you can rent a lot. You can rely on Red Spot.
Business too small to be noticed by these global car rental companies? Well, you can rely on Red Spot to look after you. We love renting to small businesses because we used to be one. With a modern fleet and lower overheads, you can rely on Red Spot to pass the savings on to you. Redspot.com.au, keeping on-airport car rental fair. Call 1300 66 8810.
You can rely on Red Spot.
I love this from Belinda. I just like the way you start your text. Good morning, Ben. My darling, of course it's nice to have beautiful flowers to brighten up the city, but $20 million? That's daylight robbery. If you've been thinking about getting fitter, stop thinking and do something about it. Head to Boyle's Fitness Equipment at Rocklea. Their Black Friday sale is on right now, and that means you can save 30% off normal prices. Christmas is around the corner, so give a gift that keeps on giving. And they can work off the Christmas ham. Or do it for yourself to kickstart 2026. The latest in home fitness equipment from Boyle's Fitness Equipment. Boyle's Black Friday sale is on until December 1. You can save an extra 30%. Call into Boyle's Fitness Equipment. They're at 1652 Ipswich Road, Rocklea, and you'll get exclusive early access to the Black Friday deals. Or jump online now, bfe.com.au. And if you use the code BlackFriday25, you'll save even more at Boyle's Fitness Equipment.
Time for a breath of fresh air? The Works, a new master-planned community in Corrimal, offers green parks, nature trails, shops and playgrounds, all a short stroll from the beach, with easy connections to Sydney by car or train. Brand new 2-bedroom apartments from $895,000 with just a 5% deposit. Step into the lifestyle, tour the new display apartment and explore the detailed Stage 1 model. Book now at theworkscorrimal.com.au.
Ben Fordham live on 2GB, introducing McCafe's new matcha range. The little treat you deserve when you deserve a little treat. Only at McCafe.
It's 5 minutes to 9, and it's time to call our friends at Red Energy for an obligation-free quote. Red Energy 131806. I'll tell you what, it's been a rather busy morning, and I'm just trying to catch up on any homework that's outstanding. Julie, you're the winner in our Christmas tree competition. So Tom Along is a cut your own Christmas tree farm. Bring the whole family. Create a new Christmas tradition 7 days a week. TomAlong.com, 96 Pitttown Road in Kenthurst. So you've won the Christmas tree for today. There's another one to win tomorrow.
Sydney's best breakfast.
2GB.
There's still no sign of the missing 4-year-old boy in South Australia. Earlier this week, police renewed their search for Gus Lamont. He's been missing since the end of September. Their latest efforts targeted 6 narrow mine shafts. And police also conducted land searches of up to 10 kilometres from where he'd last been seen. They've combed through the remote outback, but they still haven't found anything. South Australian police are not ruling out returning to the property where he was last seen. $1 million worth of illicit tobacco and vapes have been seized. Police pulled over a van on the Pacific Highway west of Foster on Tuesday morning. They spoke with the driver and searched the vehicle. They uncovered 450 kilos of loose leaf tobacco, 190,000 cigarettes and 7,000 vapes. Estimated potential street value, about $1 million. The driver's been arrested and issued a court attendance notice on 2 counts of goods suspected stolen. He's set to appear in court in January. And a teen has been arrested for trying to import drugs into Australia. The 19-year-old arrived in Sydney on a flight from Vancouver. His bag was searched by Border Force. They allegedly found 3 suspicious packages containing a crystal-like substance. And it's returned a positive drug test result. He's been charged with attempting to import 16 kilos of meth into Australia. Authorities say an unknown person approached him on social media, offering him $3,500 to do the job. He allegedly travelled to Canada, collected a suitcase that he thought had vapes inside, and then returned to Australia days later. He's been refused bail and will appear in court today. And the Albanese government has been on a hiring spree. No surprises if you've been listening to this program, you'll know all about it. But we've now got further figures. The size of the federal public service has exploded. It's grown to almost 200,000 workers. That's up nearly 25% on its size when Labor came to power. In the last financial year, more than 13,000 extra workers have been hired. The federal government is forecasting their wages bill is going to fall. How does that work? You're adding to the bill. You're not reducing it. Economist Chris Richardson says job cuts must be made in order for that to happen. He reckons 7,000 public service jobs need to be axed every year for the government forecast to add up. He says if your wage bill isn't changing, but wages are going up, then jobs have to go down. According to the Australian Financial Review, Cabinet ministers have been told to find savings in their departments of up to 5%. The Treasurer, Jim Chalmers, says, we're not proposing here that every department cut its staff or cut programs. We're asking departments to provide their best ideas around lower priority spending that we can redirect to higher priority areas. And 2 teenagers are taking on the federal government in court. They've launched a constitutional challenge over the upcoming social media ban for teenagers. In 2 weeks, people under 16 will be booted from social media platforms. Noah Jones and Macy Nayland are 15-year-olds, and they've taken matters into their own hands.